All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if the mic sounds good, hit that number 1, please. Again, if you can hear me and if the mic sounds good audio-wise, I again have the fan blowing. Hoover, Kevin, Isolationist, Fitman, Malt, NetKnob, Brad. Perfect. All right, good. Thank you. Very quickly, for those of you that watch this in the archive, thank you very much. But to be very transparent and upfront, if you want to have something to continue to watch in the archive, then this is a totally viewer-supported live stream. There's no sponsorships or anything like that. So the way to help support it is to use code CLAY, which is case sensitive, so it's got to be all caps. With any of these prop firms, whatever the current prop firm deals are being offered, code CLAY will give you that deal. I recommend, I love Take Profit Trader, but wherever you're at, whoever you're using, like I said, if you want to help support the stream and make sure that you still have something to watch in the archive, then code CLAY. For all of you that are here live, thank you very much. For all of you that have used code CLAY, you're the reason why I'm here and why the stream remains ad-free. So really appreciate it. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. It is Friday, July 10th. The year is 2026. And we just had ourselves kind of a weird move because, yeah, it was generated this right here by the... Where's the bottom of this candle? There it is. Okay. Generated by a Trump tweet, but then the Trump tweet, when I read it, I'm like, well, didn't we already know that? I thought he already said that the ceasefire was off. So I don't know. That was a very weird situation. That would have made a lot more sense if it seemed like it was like actually news being defined as like something that is new. But yeah, that was weird. I guess I'm assuming it was the Trump tweet, but it would have been very odd timing if it wasn't the Trump tweet that caused all that. But I think this does make sense. Granted, there's a little bit of hindsight analysis here, but yeah, it spazzed out and the price was like, well, wait a second. Wait, that's pretty much nothing new. So let's just kind of essentially go back to where we were already. So yeah, sorry to hear that, Evil. But yes, that is one of those things where if that's not a sales pitch for prop firms, I don't know what is. Well, Clay, that's why you use stops. Yeah, no, slippage destroys you in situations like that. So yeah, if you're using your own money and you had a stop and you thought it was going to be XYZ, if you saw that move take place, stops will get you out, but how much slippage did that you just roast yourself? So that is one of those things where, yeah, if you lost some accounts, again, from a journaling standpoint, there's no need for a new rule. Maybe the rule, unless you're using your own money, I would say the rule in that situation would be like, this is probably why I should be day trading futures in a prop firm. But assuming you're already in prop firms, no need for a new rule. You didn't do anything wrong. Your strategy's not broken, blah, blah, blah. That's Trump. That's Trump tweet right there. So yeah, be disappointed. I get it. But yeah, it's one of those things where don't overreact in the sense of I need a bunch of new rules. I need to figure out what I did wrong. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's just what happened. No stop saving you on yeah, exactly. 300-point flash down. A stop will get you out. But with the mass, and that's the thing is, I mean, maybe a stop takes you out like right here and then it snaps back up. It's just, slippage is a very real thing. And slippage is definitely a very, very real thing on like flash crashes like that in a sense. So yeah, so sorry to hear that, Evil. And anybody else that, if it got you. Now, if you were short, if you were short, you also needed this, right? Because you probably froze up in what is going on. I'm up so much. And then you just both sides, I would assume, froze up. I didn't caught on that huge move down, but I feel for those trapped in it. Gonna start calling him Houdini because he makes the count. Yeah, well, but I don't know. I'm not even gonna. That's what makes this weird is I'm not even gonna blame Trump on that one because what the tweet was, that wasn't new news. Like, from my understanding, the ceasefire was already over. Didn't he say that like yesterday or a couple of days ago that the ceasefire is over? So it's not like he said anything even new. That's what made that move so bizarre. Being, yeah, if you're on the right side of them, that is definitely, that is a sweet, sweet, juicy feeling, I'm sure. But yeah, if you weren't, not a juicy feeling, not a sweet feeling. Well, maybe a juicy feeling in your pants, but in a bad way, and you need to change your underwear. You know, maybe that. But like, so yeah, I thankfully was not in. I didn't participate in it or anything like that. Imagine being short there on an eval, and you may, yeah, exactly. That's in a weird way that can also be tilt inducing, where you're like, oh man, wrong account, or oh man, I wish I was in a pro. It's just, yeah. But now we've seen, after the craziness, we are just in a, I don't want to say a tight channel, because this is still, I don't know, what would this be if we're saying this is the bottom of the channel right here. Let's just, I don't know, call it 825, and the top is up here at, yeah, I mean, it's still basically a 75-point channel. Seems like we're trending downward today, low volume. I don't know. I don't know if I'm not sure there. I would say there's really a trend for me. I get maybe what you're saying. This the trend down. I mean, that's fair enough. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's kind of messy right now. Hey, good morning, Antonio. Got bought back up just as fast. Almost, yeah. I mean, it depends. Bought back up, I guess, to be technically speaking, I'd say it'd have to go back up there, because that's where it was before essentially everything started. But I do what you're saying. It did get bought back up the majority of the way, but not all the way. But, and to me, again, this is all hindsight now. That makes sense, because it was like the market, Trump tweets out. For some reason, they decided it was a bad tweet. Bad tweet. Market freaks out, and then it's like, wait a second, that tweet, huh? Wait, that's not anything really new. All right, let's just go basically back up to where it was. Crazy thing happened to me. I put like 30 buy orders below the break of that trend line, and it came down, hit them all, then went right back up. I was down 1900 to up. Like, after the news happened, James, or wait, did you have those orders out there beforehand? Because you had been very, very quick. Oh no, this isn't a scam call at all. From North Miami Beach, Florida. No, that's not a scam. There's no way. Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely algorithms, and just stuff like that going off for the hedge funds or whoever uses that stuff. And yeah, I'm not going to pretend like I understand, but yeah, that was a whole lot of selling showing up in an instant. And I would assume a lot of buyers pulled their bids, which makes prices go even further, right? When a lot of selling shows up and then buyers start stepping away, well, that's how you get movements like this. Way before like an hour. Oh, okay. Yeah. That is very crazy then, James. Like, if you had those orders out there an hour ago and then all of a sudden that just happened. Yeah. Congrats. I get those scam calls all the time. If only they knew my area code. Whatever it was, move the crude market. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was that tweet. If it wasn't the tweet, then it was very coincidental timing. But yeah, it like I said, I know I'm repeating myself, but it does make sense, granted in hindsight, that the price basically gone right back to where it was before it happened, just because I mean it wasn't anything new. Like, I read the tweet, I'm like, that can't be it. But no, that was the tweet. Like, it was as if the market forgot that the ceasefire had been called off. And then it was just reminded, ceasefire's off. Oh, it's off? Oh, well, wait a second. Didn't we already know that? All right, let's just go back up to where it was. I guess, okay, let's try to Steel Man. the argument. Maybe the argument is, okay, maybe this would be a little bit better representation. So Iran, because part of the tweet was Iran called and they want to talk. And this time Trump's like, no, we're not going to talk. Or we can talk, but that ceasefire is still off. Maybe that was the point of distinction. I don't know. See, Dean, why don't you just say from the get-go? You think, for whatever reason, prop firms are a scam. Very terrible reasoning. See, you can always tell. People try to play it off as a joke, but like Dean I don't think he's ever liked me. I don't think he's ever liked any of us because he thinks he's got something against prop firms. My guess is he's failed miserably with prop firms, and now he's taking all these little pot shots. No, I don't believe that for a second. All these little passive-aggressive pot shots. We're pyramid scheme traders. I'm a shill. It adds up. It adds up after a while, Dean. Exactly. It's just... I've had a very there will need to be no 11 a.m. chat. Very modest today. Just try to play it kind of just safe and not go crazy. So yeah. I don't know, Dean. You've muddied the waters. That you are making a compelling argument, but I'm still not going to say your argument is crystal clear. It's a weird thing to call your quote-unquote favorite streamer a shill. Upon looking on the definition of a shill and upon just how blatantly of a lie that was, that's a weird dynamic. Yeah, I know exactly. It was Legendary BM that was like, well, prop firm trading, you're getting payouts from other failed traders. It's like, that's what trading is. Like when you sell a position and then that position goes down after you sell and you're bragging, you feel great about nailed it. What you're actually nailing is I just sold to a poor sucker. I just sold something to a poor sucker at its peak value, even though I knew it was going to drop or I thought it was going to drop. But I unloaded it, and that's fine. The market is a savage place. For all you know, when you just nailed the top, you just took advantage of a sweet little grandma that was trying to get her her medication, but now she can't afford her medication because she bought something way too high that you sold her, and then it dumped afterwards. So like that's where everybody needs to step off their high horses. The markets, when you break it down, are a savage place, a savage place. So that's where everybody, again, Legendary BM, that was, like I said, that couple days ago, that poor guy, he kept digging the hole deeper and deeper. It's me. Yeah, exactly. Got to be careful. We're good, Dean. We're good. We're good. We'll just call it a little hiccup in the road. No problem. Clay, what are you talking about? An old grandma. They're taking it from me when I put that higher wick. Right. That's the other thing is the markets can be very humbling. For all we know, and I'm sure it's happened to me, some sweet little grandma in a nursing home was like, "Hey, Sonny, you want to buy this? I'm pretty sure it's about to go down, but you want to buy it from me? Here, I'll sell it to you. I'll sell it to you, little Johnny." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you, Grandma." I buy, and then the bottom just falls out, and Grandma's like, "Got him." And that's okay. Well done to Grandma. She got me in that situation. She was right. I was wrong. Because, hey, you trade long enough, you'll buy some tops. I bought some tops. Well, I don't know if I've ever bought the exact top, but I bought very close to the tops before over my career. And you know what? Little grandma, she got me. It happens. It can be a very humbling place. Wait, who's trading zero DT options? The epitome of making your life harder than it needs to be? But anyways, yes, the market is a savage place, whether it's in a prop firm or whether it's not. I mean, it is. You are. It's people making decisions. Good decisions are rewarded. Bad decisions are not. It's that straightforward. So you chased it down, though. All right, let's see what maybe a long down around there. That really was a wild candle. Again, I'm trying to, I don't want this to be all squeezed up, but in order to get the low of that candle, I kind of got to squeeze. So I guess we'll just let that one be off screen there. Yeah, I had a resistance, entered at 92 point. Good job, though. Congrats, brother. And 50 points happened in what? Probably like 2 seconds. Oh, and I'm not kidding, by the way. That was so fast. I could. How fast did it take to make the 50 points? A couple of seconds, I'd assume. Trading is like dancing in a landmine field. Yes, but it's like both. But it's like human landmines, though. Like quite literally, every transaction has a buyer and a seller. That seller is selling it to you because they think a loss of value is about to happen. The buyer is buying because they think a gain of value is about to happen. Who's right or wrong? That's why the markets are exciting. I mean, it is the ultimate way to quote unquote put your money where your mouth is, right? $30. 30 seconds. Of course they froze because they're garbage. In fact, I got to delete that message. I can't stand them. So yeah, but I'm not surprised that fill in the blank froze. Absolute dirt bags. I thought my computer froze on me on that drop. No, yeah, your computer didn't freeze on you. That I don't know. I didn't see the beginning of the move, so I don't know if trade over for me froze up. But yeah, that's a freeze up inducing thing. Just check the trade. It was like 6. That's still kind of shocking. Don't get me wrong. 16 seconds for 50 points is kind of crazy, but just given the intensity of that move, I would not have guessed 16 seconds. Okay, so when you are blowing up a bunch of accounts, does your logic follow that God is bad? I am. Why? What's going on with Alpha? Keeping the West wild? Okay. It came across as he's good because you had a winning trade. So it's just, I found that logic to be a little interesting. But you clarified. Yes, that firm is. And they both, yeah. Nah. Well, what's going on with Alpha? Yeah, it's been a rough week for me, blackout. Um, I've had better weeks, that's for sure. But that is trading. That is trading, and it is still. I still consider myself a prop firm newbie to an extent. I'm about 2 years in now. Not to trading, but to prop firms. But it still just seems like I am still trying to figure it out. Like the week that I've had previously, it would be numbers that I would not like to see in terms of like money lost. But like as bad of a week it has been, and then you look at the numbers and you're like, wait, what am I missing? How can that be the case? But it's like, I guess that's just prop firms. Their ability to manage risk is just crazy. It's just crazy. So yeah, but back to your point, yeah, the markets for me. I know some people have been crushing it this week. And congrats, good for you. I'm happy for those of you that have been really jiving with this market. But I've been on the struggle bus. This is probably the worst year for me to start trying this. Yeah, I hear you, but at the same time, Blackout, you got to keep in mind, and I'm not saying because I don't know your strategy exactly, but turbulence, yes, everything's got a spectrum. Turbulence can be too turbulent. But if I was given the choice between no turbulence and turbulence, I'm choosing turbulence because we need volatility. We need movement. I'm not really a fan of watching, whether that's watching anything, like fluctuate for hours on end and like in futures talk a 15-point range. So, but again, there's a spectrum. Lots of issues that cut payout caps retroactively, so already funded traders got capped lower. The new platform flopped, and they are being ugly to the traders, bringing up the issues. All right, I'll keep an eye out for that then. Yeah, I can say the alpha code is rarely used. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying that proves anything in terms of them. I'm just saying it is not a prop. It's not a code that's used too often, at least for you guys as an audience. Interesting me high. So was there some sort of Iran? There was a tweet, Stithen, that was kind of anticlimactic. Consolidation makes good trend when it breaks. I mean, yeah, that's fair. That downside of went to the market mode. I was already in that trade and it hit. Good job. Right place at the right time. Yeah, I got above two buffers this week. Nice job, Alfonso. I like a nice 15 ATR. Yeah, days like today are pretty solid. They're not too crazy. Hey, Timbo. Again? What is up with this? Is this another one of these? Oh, wait. Yeah, what? This has got to be a scam, right? When they make it this broad. Right.
Hey, this is Brett with Team Logic. Please give me a call back at 615-252-7277. Thank you. Hope to talk to you soon.
But that's some kind of scam, right? Why he says it like I'm supposed to know who it is, but like very broad. Okay, well, what does team logic do? And no, I never called anybody called team logic. I just looked and I submitted a web form for somebody, but they were not called team logic. So yeah, they do IT services for my company. Well, that they have an interesting sales department. I'll put it that way. Okay, this could be a short here. See if it wants to come back down. Oh, never mind. It just keeps. Do I want to move that up a little bit? Looking for a short at the red line. The market is likely to move lower again. Hey, I hope you're right. That red line turns blue, I'm in. But it's first got to come down. Might be interested in another short up around VWAP, but well, I'm going to cancel that one out. It doesn't seem like shorts are good. Oh, goodness, Evan. No wonder why you're struggling. Now it's making sense when I'm seeing that terminology. Now it makes sense. The cult got its fingers on you a little bit, huh? Good job, Jays. Okay, what would be amazing is in the next 10 seconds, this candle closes like right here, slightly comes here, bumps its head on VWAP, and then drops down. So I can get an. Oh, okay. That's what I've been training for. Let's go. Up, 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 up. Good. Perfect. Now come down. Put my stop right here. Let's see what happens. Or is this thing just going to be a V-shape straight back up here? If yes, then I'll have some losing trades. Let's see if it wants to come back down. Let's see if the VWAP can spank it back down. Ooh, the bulls. Okay, bulls. The bulls are the ones doing the spanking right now. All right, up we go. Maybe a short up around there somewhere. I watch backtest videos, and the consensus is that gaps are bad. Bad in what sense? And when you say gap, I'm thinking about like a gap up, right? Like in the stock market, you have a stock closes at $10, and then the next day it opens at $11. So you would say, oh, there's a dollar gap up. That's what I'm. So just to make sure we don't talk past one another. Losing profit when you target the gap. Oh, meaning using gaps as like price targets? Hold the trade. The market is going it is going lower, or you think it's going lower? And are you in the trade, Tamir? So two questions. Are you in, let's start here. Are you in this trade right now short? A gap is just a big candle. What time frame to use, soldier? I promise I'm answering your question by asking you this question. I guess that's your trading method. Close eye trading. One okay. Now I'm gonna speak for you, so please let me know if this is a fair representation. If I were to say, well, why do you use the 1 minute? I think you would answer this way. Well, Clay, the 1 minute best helps me implement my strategy. Would that be a fair representation of your answer? The 1 minute best helps me implement my strategy. Is that fair? Yes. Okay, well, then I give you the same answer. I use the 2 minute and I also use the 5 minute. I use the 2 minute though because it best helps me implement my strategy. There is no magical there is no magical time frame. I do think there's something magical about the 5 minute, but it's not magic. It's just self-fulfilling prophecies. I think most traders use the 5 minute somewhere within their strategy. So because so many people use the 5 minute, I would say there are some so the magic is self-fulfilling prophecies. But other than that, I mean, I think it's kind of like do what best fits you. I got so lucky the dump this morning. Did you just freeze up and share like excitement, terror? I'm not sure the public thing is as fun as what it appears, period. Then you have to guard your tongue more, period. I like to be able to just speak my mind. But if the consensus wants to do someplace public, comma, it is what it is, and I'll be there. I'm blurry? Am I blurry or have you been drinking? Let's see. As far as I can tell, I am clear. Tamir! Tamor, where are you? Come on. Come on. You made this comment when the price was like, I don't know, somewhere right around there. Hello? Are you still here? Hello? Okay, not anymore. Okay. You you might be drunk. Okay. Wow, and then he just disappears. Not yet, period. I did buy a dehumidifier that shows up tomorrow. Where'd he go? Crazy. Like, if you're going to make... well, first off, don't make those calls. But Darcy effect, still a thing of science. The Darcy effect is a very real scientific phenomenon. He had to run to the bank to get a... Yeah, maybe so. I'm telling you what. I mean, humility goes a long way in the world. It really does. Humility is an attractive quality, and it inherently protects you. Because a humble person will say, I think it's gonna keep going down, or I think it'll go down. And then if it goes up, nobody's hopping on your case because you admitted from the get-go, hey, it was just a thought. But when you have no humility and you say the market is going down, see, the lack of humility has now made you look like a total clown. He might have needed some toilet paper. The only person that can say, unless you're Barbara, never use a word or never structure a sentence that implies that something is going to happen, like it's guaranteed. It is. We've talked about this before. It's been a long time. It is a truly, it is a lose-lose scenario. The lack of humility. The one sense it's a lose is this situation. You say something as if you know, as if it's guaranteed, and then the exact opposite happens, and you look like a total moron. But let's just say that it had gone down, and then that person shows up and says, I told you so. You still lose because now you just look obnoxious. You look like a child, right? That's what children do. Children run around and say, told you so. So it is the lack of humility creates a lose-lose. It's just, oh boy. All right, maybe, okay, second fake break of the orange line here. The orange line here is the previous session close. Actually, not the, look, Doc Soul. Look at this. This is nothing new, folks. Look at all these fake break. Now, you have had some direct rejections, but a whole bunch of fake breaks of the previous session close. Fake break there and another fake break. Okay, so that is, okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just try to play another fake break. Let's see. Let's just go right here. Put my stop up here. And let's see if it wants a fake break again. If it doesn't, it'll be a losing trade. I got crushed in the red candle. Sorry to hear that, Neil. Yeah, I know there's a couple other people that mentioned it, but thanks for the info about passing evos, but not acting to much help. Oh, the racehorse model? Is that what you're talking about? Total dork? I see it more as a fake of overnight high. As a fake of... Okay, fake in the sense of like it acts like it wants to do battle with it and then goes back down. Yeah, sorry to hear that, KRT. Yep. As I was saying earlier, if this candle got you, cooked in account, whatever, punched you in the face, there's no need. You didn't do anything wrong. Your strategy's not broken. You just wrong place at the wrong time. Let's see if we can get another fake breakout. Yeah, exactly, props, pretty much. I was so lucky to be short that trade, big run. Hey, Demetrius, good. Yeah, some people that can't, as we always say, one trader's turd is another trader's gold bar. Some of you, that was a turd-like situation. Others of you are saying, hey man, that was like a big old gold bar. Yeah, okay, so we're basically saying the same thing, just from a couple different angles. Matt, have you ever considered overnight? No! No, I like to sleep at night. I like to sleep at night, James. Which is Foreman Q's. Oh, yeah, I believe it. Demetrius, that was a big old move. Any other time it would have cooked me. I must be living right. Hey, there you go. I do sleep. Well, I wouldn't. You sleep, yeah, I know. You sleep with one eye open. You got your phone right here, one eye open. You just always looking at it. You're like a dragon. Don't dragons sleep with their eyes open? Chasing the setup had too big of wicks. Fake break setup. Roger that. Gripping your pillow tight. Pop, pop. What was that? Don't worry about it, honey. Just cracking some walnuts over here. But it's 3 a.m. Honey, I got a swing trade on right now. Don't you? Pop. Okay, Tamir, next time, maybe just don't say the market will do something. Just say, I think it's going to go down. And then all this would have been avoided. But I appreciate you stepping back up. But a lot of people are now have to search for cardboard boxes because you said the market will go down, so they trusted you, went all in, and then this happened, and now they have to move their families under bridges and cardboard boxes. So next time, just say you think. And that's how we can avoid having half the chat now need cardboard boxes. I suppose you could help these people out by at least purchasing them a mug that they can now shake for money. Can you at least purchase them a mug for their panhandling? Okay, here we go, maybe. Okay, no. I'm not going to let you get that close and then play that game. Okay, looking for a short red line. Again, it's done the fake break of this orange line several times before. See if it can do it again. Yeah, 10, even better. Clay, do you need a website? I'm filled. No, I already have a website. Thank you, though, sir. You should get signed up on Fiverr. Come on. I'll take that. I'll take that little scalpy scalp to start things off. Maybe try again. I hate everything. That's not true. Because me and your fellow baboons in here would be included in everything, and there's no way you hate us. So that statement is verifiably false. Freelancing apps are really competitive. Well, I mean, welcome to the free markets. That's why consumers like the free markets, because things are competitive. That means you have to compete based on price and quality and stuff like that. That's good for us. Yeah, but if you're gonna get started somewhere, I mean, there you go. I'd check that out. I know, and I'm not sure if English is to be fair to you, I'm not sure English is your first language, but the way you structured your sentence, it sounds like from your point of view, you thought you were just sharing your experience, but your experience within the English language came across as you made a guarantee. Like the price is going down. Not it might go down, not I think it's going to go down, but the price is going down. So next time, just the words like think, might are very... Those are good words. Those make a big difference. It's crazy how much one single word of think changes so much. I had forgotten to give this fine man. Hey, thank you, Phil. Phil E. I just hit my profit targets for 3 funded accounts and 2 evals locked up. Hey, good job, Dan. Yes, just like if you don't use code CLAY, you support child hunger. Since using code CLAY, all caps, feeds hungry children. So yeah, I always like that twist of marketing. If you don't use code CLAY, I'm gonna you support child starvation. There we go. That's not manipulative or anything. No, there's no manipulation in any of that. No, no. That seems like a perfectly rational thing to say. Okay, fair enough, Tamara. So there we go. I will say this, my friend. Uh, your English is very good, considering it's not even your first language. What is your first language? Out of curiosity. There's some truth to it. The if you don't use Code Clay, you therefore support child starvation because Code Clay does help attribute to feed my children. That's where it may be a bridge too far. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch on my hand. Now, is it totally illogical? No, it's not totally illogical, but maybe it's like a stretch in the drama department. Only comments. Yeah, there we go. Man, I gotta hire some of you guys for marketing. This is right. This is good stuff. Isn't the world overpopulated? Dad, I think that's a spicy concept. I think you get, from my understanding, that can be a pretty spicy concept. In the arms of an angel, for just one prop account, you can sponsor. I like that, Props 8. My first languages are UD. Wow. Good for you. Good for you. Well, English being a fourth language is quite impressive. So hopefully you can take that feedback and just in the English language, and when you're talking the markets, try to use that word think. I think the price is going to go up. I think the price is going to go down. That makes it sound way more humble. Not true. Cities are over. I don't know. I think these conversations, to have any sort of productivity, you have to define terms, you know? All right, maybe thinking of a short up here. Oh, by the way, ES. Another ES trade for me. I don't know. I don't know if I can wrap my mind around it or not. Cheers, Tamur. I appreciate you, man. Very impressed. I can barely speak English, and my first language is English. So, yeah, shout out to you for English being your fourth. You do very well, sir. Um, okay, that's true. My first language is baboon also. Okay, fair. English is my second language. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, I don't know if any of you. Okay, stop. Stop. You're distracted. I got to try short here. Looking for a short. If the price can come down to that red line. From Pakistan. Very cool. Well, no, man. You're. I'm very impressed to know that English is your fourth language. You're doing a good job. Okay, remind me about the baboon stuff. It made me chuckle. But right now I'm trying to see if I can get short here. It's been struggling. These upper shadows are suggesting that there are sellers hanging around. Are the sellers strong enough to actually push the price down a bit? I don't know about that, but I'll take a swing at it. And when I say push it down, I'm by no means looking for like a full-blown reversal or anything like that. Did anyone else lose the sound? Can you guys... Okay, I'm in. Can people hear me? Well, that was about a worse of a fill as you could get. It filled me. I don't think I saw green for even a split second before it started to bounce back up. Nice. Another upper shadow here. So, yeah, I mean, the sellers are still around. I just don't know how strong they are. There we go. Come on. Be strong. Push down through that overnight high. Come on. Come on. Bounced right off the overnight high. Sound is good. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure then, Matt. Sounds like you might have been solo on that. I somehow turned off my speaker. There we go. That makes sense. Hey, there we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Push. Push. All right, I'm not going to risk it. Oh, you got to be kidding me. How did I... Okay, out there. I liked it. You guys see how fast it moved? And then the mere fact it stopped, and where it stopped right at the overnight high, I was like, okay, all right, okay, maybe in there. So that's why I hopped out. Such a dangerous place. Could spike... No, I'm going to say this very clearly. There is not a single dangerous place in the market to put on a trade. Things become dangerous if there's no risk management. I'm going to say that again. There is no such thing as, whoa, that's a dangerous trade because you're entering at that location. No such thing. Now, if you're to say, whoa, that's a dangerous trade, I notice you don't even know what risk management is. Whoa, that's a dangerous trade. You refuse to do any risk management. Whoa, that's a dangerous trade. You seem to not even have a strategy. Those are what makes things dangerous. But no, there is no entry point that is dangerous, Abel, because I have a stop. Well, Clay, you could have been wrong. Yeah, that applies everywhere. If your standard of dangerous is you could be wrong, well, then I guess we're all just doing dangerous things at all times. I do not, base hits. I do not. Thank you for asking, though. Okay. Again, Abel, do you see what I mean? Like, do you see now how that was dangerous? What was dangerous? Making all that money? And and also playing the could game, you can make anything sound dangerous. My ceiling could collapse in on me right now, and you guys will watch a beautiful, beautiful face be destroyed. That could happen. This is a dangerous spot to sit. If I go like this, dangerous. I could hit something on the floor, tilt back, I crack my neck. It's dangerous to roll back. That could happen. Come on, Abel. You're better than that, brother. You are better than that. I'm disciplined. I mean, come on, man. You're better than that. I know you're smarter than that. I know you can think logically better than that. Come on, brother. I expect more from you. That's why I'm hitting you between those eyes. Okay, so anyways, I don't know if Windows started doing this for any of you, but like, do any of you have Windows where all of a sudden like you have different pictures on your background desktop? And it's like they change it, I think, a couple times a day. I don't know when that started happening. I think it's been going on for me for like a month now. I don't know. Has anyone else have that with their Windows? Their desktop picture just changes? Or is that just me? Have I been the chosen one? My point, though, Abel, is there is no such thing as a dangerous trade. If you have a stop loss in and you have risk management, unless you're going to define danger as it could be a losing trade, well, then that applies to all trades. So therefore, all trades are dangerous. But you made it seem like, oh my goodness, this boy's playing with fire. What are you talking about? danger comes with the lack of risk management. Okay, well, anyways. So here's a picture that I walked into this morning. Oh no. I took that screenshot. Okay, let me cook real quick. Let me cook. Don't be scared. No, wait, that's not gonna be good. Over here. No, that's not good either. Okay, there we go. That's good enough. Let me grab a screenshot here. So this is just partial of it. But I woke up and there's the picture of the backdrop. There's 3 of them. I need to figure out how to make this like my permanent background. Truly, thing of amazement right there. You have it changes, Timbo, or do you have the same picture? So let me ask this. For those of you that do have the Windows, whatever it is, where it like changes, is it always the same picture? Like, does anybody else have that picture of those? I don't even know if those are baboons. All right, here we go. Maybe a long hair. In long. Oh boy. It is not caring. Wow. Not caring about that 21 EMA at all, apparently. It's a different picture for you? Okay. Interesting. I wonder how they determine that. All right. Did not really care at all about the 21 EMA. Are you really just gonna... Seriously, just drops? Wow. Okay, did bounce off the 50 period. That's good at least. See if we can get a hammer here. Thinking if I want to add some more right there. I mean, I do like, this does seem like a strong upwards move. This seems like just a healthy pullback right now, but that's a problem. If it all of a sudden becomes not a healthy pullback, well, if I'm wrong about this being a healthy pullback and I add, that's where things can get painful. I don't know. I do think it's a healthy, especially when you get that nice bounce off of there. Oh, I hesitated. Okay, we'll just go with the 5 then. Okay, no. I will add now at the green line if it comes back up. Or not. All right, I'm out. Well, that was maybe VWAP here. Now, if it just cuts down through there like a warm knife through butter, then I don't know. Do it. Dang, Mitt. Mitt's trying to get me to blow up my account. The Japanese Maki. Okay. Dude, rookie, chill out. Did you miss the discussion where English is his 4th language and he didn't mean to talk in that way? Did you miss all that? Back off the guy. He apologized. He explained the situation. Wow. Yeah, yep. Wow. 200 period moving at. Who cares? Don't care about that. Glad I got out where I did. Glad I didn't try to get too fancy. This could have been a train wreck. In fact, this is a train wreck for some. For some that got fancy. And I was thinking about getting a little fancy. Not hugely fancy, but I was thinking about it. Yeah, even on the 5-minute. It don't care about anything right now. Let's look in the 5-minute real quick. 5-minute, 21 EMA, don't care. VWAP, don't. Look at this. Even the double whammy right there with the 50 and the 200 SMAs. Don't care. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, there is a pivot down here, so let me go grab. Why does I have to do the trade ovate? It's so stupid. You would think that stuff like this. Yeah, I am interested in a long down around this area here. We have lots of lows of candles. We have the pivot point right there. I know that's very far away, but hey, at this point, it's already come down a long way. Why not keep going? Well, yeah. Thank you, everybody. Clay, that would have been massive. Yes, I know. I appreciate everybody's hindsight, confirmation bias analysis on that. It's great. Thanks for rubbing salt in the wounds. Appreciate it, fellow baboons. Let's get this guy to try to tilt. How can we get him to tilt? Oh. Dude, had you held, you would have been way up. What a bad decision that was. Thanks a lot, you look what you did, you little jerk. I see what you guys are trying to do. You're trying to put me on tilt. Yeah, that was a dangerous trade. No, slow. You know I'm not Barbara. Okay, finally did respect the level kind of sort of after blasting down through it. Homie don't play that. No, I am kidding. I did not actually think you were trying to literally put me on tilt. You've never struck me as that. Now, some of you, it would not surprise me because I know some of you, you're here for degeneracy. You're here. Let me put it this way, the more irresponsible I get, the more you enjoy. So, I mean, if you think about it, people are entertained in different ways from the movies, right? Some people like horror movies. Some people like mystery. Some people like suspense. Obviously, some people like comedy. Same with trading. Some people are entertained by responsible trading. Other people are entertained by just pure degeneracy, right? Some people are very much so turned off. Like I'm not here to watch just degenerate. Other people, dude, this is so entertaining. This is hilarious. I mean, that's just where, and like anything, the best way to please nobody is to try to please everybody. So yes. But anyways, Philly, my point is, you have never struck me as the guy that would be like, you demand degeneracy. You demand like just crazy trading in order to be entertained. So no, I was not actually being serious. Exactly. Some people love dad jokes. Other people, anyways, yeah. Okay, 5 minute looking interesting here. Getting started the formation of a hammer candle at this area. So this candle here makes sense in my mind. For a while, the chart was not making sense. There was like no pit stops at all along the way. It was just straight down through everything. We might be having guests tomorrow, comma. So I actually need to check with Abby to see if I can even make it. Okay, keeping the West Wild. So you're saying you would be looking to build a short position and your target would be like right here? Did I understand? Is that what you're saying? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, 5 minute has me a little worried about going short just because as I was just showing, there's that nice, beautiful hammer candle forming. Doesn't mean that it's going to continue to form or continue to hammer, but that's what's got me a little leery. But now, with this candle being done. All right, so here's what I'll do. Step one, go up and hit that green line. If the price can hit that green line, which is 21 EMA, I will then get a short order in right here. Is that close enough? Just hit it. So I don't have to have this debate in my head right now. Just hit the green line. Just hit the green. Do it. Oh, you dirtbag. You dirtbag. I know, Clay, dude, was that not close enough? Yes, in hindsight, I should have just said that was close enough and done the trade. But again, I'm now making that judgment call in hindsight. Wait for top. Did we just get the Holy Grail? Let me guess, Neil. Wait for the top and then short. Is that what you're waiting for the top for? Are you? Wait a second. Wait. I think Neil just gave us all the Holy Grail. Before you short, wait for the top. Neil, I owe you a Christmas card. You just solved trading for me. Okay, I don't want to speak for you, Neil. I don't want to speak for you. But I think what you would also say is, okay, Clay, yes, that's Holy Grail to go short. You wait for the top. And Clay, Holy Grail, brother, don't tell anybody. But you know when to go long. You just wait for the bottom, and then you go long. Neil, everybody better be sending Neil a Christmas card. He just shared with us the Holy... We have now cracked the code to trading. Well, Neil has. Wait for the top before you short. I will. Thank you. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's how you do it. Literally, we just all had our... I mean, we are all... The only thing on my mind is how many yachts do I want to get? Well, I mean, Kevin Trader, clearly you are a moron. Clearly. If the trade goes against you, you clearly did not short the top. You're supposed to wait for the top, you idiot. He didn't say short before the top. He said wait for the top. So if the price keeps going up after you short, it's clearly your fault because you did not wait for the top, idiot. Who are these people? Turtle, yeah. Yeah, the turtle head strategy. No, Todd. No, that's backwards. Neil says we wait for the top and then short. Everything is a range. Everything is being liquidated unless the daily candle opens and closes with no wicks. I lost me on that one. Yo, I'm Chant. I'm 9. Hey, cool. Well, you are in a... Assuming you want to be a day trader, Chant, you are in the golden age of day trading. Because in the day trading world right now, it's very cool with what is in place. So best way, most efficient way to go about day trading is to day trade futures through a prop firm. Hey, Peter. I got stopped out at the top earlier when shorting. Oh, no. You got stopped out up here? Bummer. It happens. We've all been there. Don't let it go on tilt, but yes, way easier said than done when you're that close. It's going up 8 points at some point in the next 12 minutes. Is it though? Is it? I got my... Hey, cool, Peter. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Congrats, man. And I appreciate the shout out, but at the end of the day, brother, you're the one pressing the buttons. So thank you. I will take 0.000732% of the credit. Rest of the credit goes to you because you're the one that actually chose to listen and chose to be disciplined and chose to do a whole lot of things that need to be done. So good job, buddy. Whoa. All right. What is that? What is that? Yeah. Oil. Okay. I like to see this from oil. That's good. Oil 5-minute. Let's see this breakdown. It was trying to find, and it was consolidating for a little bit at the overnight low, but beautiful. Excellent, Smithers. Again, no offense to any of you if you were long down there. I can see why you're long. I just, from a consumer standpoint, I want to see oil go to zero. Okay, maybe not zero, but close. Again, so with trading, you would want to start in futures, and then within futures, you would want to start with something called micro futures. But then you would want to do all this within the context of a prop account, because the prop account is going to insulate your risk, because futures can move, and they can move very quickly, which is good from the money making angle, but it's really bad from the money losing angle. But that is why if you're in a prop firm, when with a prop account, your risk is very limited to just whatever you bought the account for. So here, this video, check out this video. This is what I firmly believe, and I think the math firmly supports is the best way to go about it. So give that video a watch, Chant. And good for you, man. I'm jealous. I didn't really get into the markets. I can't remember now. Was it age 22 or 23? And you're 19 and you're already interested. Good for you. You got like a 3 or 4 year head start on me. Good job. Who is that clean-shaven guy? The guy that's been the case for the past long time. The beard is only what, maybe 6 months? No, longer than that, because I had it at Christmas when we went back. So like 8 months? The beard's only like 8 months of my life. I'm not at the computer today. Roger that, keeping the West wild. I started late at age 29. Hey, late's better than never. Did this get anybody this morning? The other move that I can see absolutely just sent people on tilt was right here. Nice move up. Okay, it's pulling back and then turned into a reversal all the way down. Anybody trying to play a pullback got cooked to then just see it go straight back up. That's, for some people today, that is the most irritating action that can happen. And then, yeah, this is the obvious one. If you're long here, you got cooked. No fault. It's just, did that get anybody? Did anybody buy that, what they thought was a pullback that turned out to be a reversal? And then after the reversal, it immediately turned around and went back up. Looking for a short here. I am short. I am short. Let's see if it wants to come down a bit. Anti-orb day. Come on, brother. There we go. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. I'll take that scalpy scalp there. I don't know if I quite got, I might have done a little soon. My target was the 21 EMA there. Look at that, right off the 21 EMA. Narrow just says, orbs just say what's narrow. I already know that. I think that's a typo. And maybe it's not. If it's not a typo, I'm not sure what you're saying then. What's narrow? I already know that. Yeah, that was pretty close. We'll look for another short up here. Step one, though, I want to see if it comes up here and bounces its head once again on this orange line, which is the previous session close. All right, have a good one, Timor. Have a good weekend. Have fun in Pakistan, whatever you do in Pakistan. Are there beaches in Pakistan? I don't know. Got cooked, lost 6K back to even on the first pullback. Wow. Yeah, that pullback kept pulling back. Good job getting it back, though. Congrats. Nero was the one that played his fiddle while Rome burned. Oh, I get it. I get it. You're commenting on the Nero up above there. There we go. It's like, wait, what are we talking about? I get it. Clever. All right, here we go. Maybe a short. Okay. In my ideal world, we have 25 seconds. Would love to see this candle close like right here. Next candle comes. Okay, you probably can't even see that. Right there. Next candle comes up, bumps its head, and then comes back down. And I'll get short like right around there. Okay. Come on, stay below. You can do it, brother. 10. Oh, my goodness. Stay below. Stay below. Okay, I think we're going to. Okay, here we go. There it is. Okay, right there. Oh, never mind. It did not get rejected. Just kept on going. All right, well, no sweat off my back on that one. That was perfect, though. Look at it. It's that candle started right there. So that would have been my entry right here. I wanted to see it hit the orange line. It did. And then if it came back down, I could have got filled right here. Stop right there. Small little risk profile. But as we saw, it hit the orange line, yes, but it kept going. What time do you usually start streaming? I'm going to go 11 a.m. Eastern, Chant. 11 a.m. Eastern. Not where I live. Okay, but just in general, does Pakistan have any beaches? I do not know my geography enough to know is Pakistan on any like bodies of water? Maybe I should know that. What's the bottom lighter purple line? Down here, that is the 50 SMA. Starting short position. So that means this is the top. Okay, Neil has found the top. I think it's land. So, translation, Matt does not know the geography over there either. The one below that. Oh, maybe pink? Yeah. Okay, down here, yeah. That's the 200 SMA. 200 SMA, VWAP, 50 SMA, 21 EMA. You are welcome. I mean, of course he's right. He told us to just wait for the top and then you go short. What do you mean you think Neil is right? What kind of blasphemy is that? Don't you know who you're talking? It's Neil you're talking about. Clay out here like a Gold Sachs traders. Clay out here like a Gold Sachs trader. God. Yes, Pakistan does have beaches. They're right along the Arabian Sea. Oh, Matt. Okay, well, I mean, I didn't. To be fair, none of us right. You said you think, but yeah. The Arabian Sea. I wonder. Arabian Nights. Arabian Sea. Is it nice there? Ooh, it looks nice. Wait, there's humpback whales in the Arabian Sea? Stop. It's from the Smithsonian, though. Really? Well, that's cool. Dude. That's supposedly the Arabian Sea right there. Why are we all not swimming there right now? What are we doing with our lives? Don't tell me you don't know what gold sack is that you've been trading for how long. Don't. Okay, well, yeah, it's not Gold Sachs. I think what you mean is Goldman Sachs. Is that what you mean? China, India, Pakistan. Cool. Well, it looks beautiful. Hey, Tanat. So this is what you meant. You meant Goldman Sachs. So when you talk about Gold Sachs, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't tell me you don't know about Gold Sack. Maybe just be extra sure you know what you're talking about before you start to lay into somebody. Maybe. Just a life suggestion. I'm not perfect at it, but I try my best. Gold Sachs is gold cousin from Austin Powers, yeah. That's true. Can I give you one profitable setup? I mean, if you can give 3 numbers, sure. I'm just okay. Maybe you just played the card of, oh crap. Yeah, I got that really wrong. I was just kidding, Clay. To be fair, I'll be fair. Maybe that was a joke the entire time, but I think it's equally as reasonable to think that maybe you just got caught looking a little bit overambitious, and you're like, well, no, I was just kidding. That is a good card, by the way. Anytime you're proven wrong about something, to just pull out the I was just kidding card. Oh man, I'm just trolling around, bro. Maybe. Okay, maybe a double top here. Let's see. I'm interested in potentially a short. So again, same premise. Look, 30 seconds. Please stay below. Stay below. Have this candle like close right here. That way that gives me my entry. Comes up here, bumps its head, goes down. I can put my stop right there. Very small risk profile, and this thing rolls over. This guy, no, go back up. Hey, it's Mango. I mean, maybe bullish gods. Maybe that was all rage bait. It could be. I am willing to concede that all that was maybe you just rage baiting, trolling around. I'm just saying, I don't think I'm crazy to also suggest that maybe you got your hand caught in the cookie jar of looking a little, and then you just saying, oh no, that was just rage. Maybe. But hey, if that was rage bait and trolling, you got me. Good job. Mission success. Okay, Mango's here. Now we just need Blueberry, Sugar, and Big Mama. And then it'll be my life will be. I'm still waiting for this trade setup from Tanat. Tanat, where did you go? I swear, brother, if this is the trust me, bro, I'm going to give you a wet willy. If he comes back and says, well, Clay, the setup was a short there and a cover right there, I'm giving you a wet willy. Okay, so that now, are you still rage baiting, or is this like I don't know. Now I'm confused. I'm not sure if you're serious or if you're still trying to rage bait. Didn't you? Slow. All you need is me. Maybe, Dean. Maybe. Are you kidding me, Kyle, or is that a troll? Okay, unbanner. If you know how. Mods, can you unban? Okay, let me. Okay, sorry, Kyle. All kidding aside, I realize you're not paid, so I have zero like. That was actually pretty crap on my part to like all of a sudden demand you go do something when you're not paid. Anyways, if you have time, if you want, and if you are able to unban people, I don't know if mods can. You can unban her. You don't know how? Okay. Well then, sorry. I'm sorry, Clay. I just blew all my accounts, so I'm taking it out on you. Okay, I mean, if that is true, I apologize. Sorry to hear that. I forgive you. No problem. But honestly, right now, I have no. Is this like more rage bait or is this true? I'm not sure. You have me confused at this point. But assuming that is true, yeah. Sorry to hear that. Apology accepted. I understand how it can go. When people get in grumpy moods, so no problem. You can't? Okay. Can I? I wonder how I would. Even you can, Jim, because I think you have like a higher authority than others. Yeah. Wait. No. Okay. Let me try. Let me try something real quick. That actually kind of makes me feel bad. Like they still like would like to come hang out after months and months. Okay. Where did you run it? Are you talking to her right now, Kyle? I'm playing. Yeah. Okay. I see. I'm playing. I got 99% win rate. Cool. Congrats on your 99% win rate. Good job. Clay, have you stopped reminding people to hit the like? I have, yeah. I don't ever really. Yeah, I have. Oh, is it another stream? Hit the live button. It takes 2 seconds. Wait, bowel movement's back? I didn't see him. Legendary BM's back. I didn't see him. When did he? How to unban people from YouTube live stream. Okay. Go to settings. No, no. Maybe a short. I'm watching. I'm watching. Oh, okay. Oh no, it's not. It's not. It's not in alphabetical order. Oh, some of these names are a blast from the past. Oh, Christian Garcia, that dude was great. I'm gonna unban him. Maybe he'll crawl back in at some point. Oh man. Oh, there's Johnny Depp. Oh yeah, he's on like 18 names. Oh boy. Oh yeah, I'm gonna unban some of these people. Some of these are classics. Don Rabe. Okay, I remember that dude. He's unbanned now. Oh, there she is. Verse Ace 1. Unbanned. There you go. She can come back. There we go. Assuming I did that, I'm pretty sure this is how you do it. Hidden Rouge. Let me go back. Let me see if I recognize any other names that are like, oh, okay, I remember you. All right, there we go. Okay. She is banned. So if you run across her again, let her know she is unbanned. A few hundred. Now, granted, keep in mind, Keith, this is over from 13 years of being on YouTube. When I started this channel in 2013, there are also people that would show up in the comment section and just, now some of them are bots, but some people would show up in the comment section. So that's not all just from the live stream. So when you hear like a few hundred, that is from 13 years of being on YouTube. And I pride myself in responding to all comments on videos. So yeah, I've seen thousands of comments over the years, tens of thousands at this point. How do I get this to go away now? Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. You might have banned my other name for some reason. What was your other name? No, Sergio will never be unbanned. Absolutely not. Okay, here we go. Breakout through the highs. NAS trader. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that name does not ring a bell in terms of being obnoxious. So I don't. It could have. Maybe it was a accidental one. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, that name does not ring a bell. Unless, have you been obnoxious here before, Props 8? Do you have in some former life where you hear maybe being obnoxious? Being a little bit of a troll? You don't think so. Oh, okay. So then there have been some times in your life where you have been a bit of a troll. Because the person that does not troll would say, no, because I'm not a troll. I've never been a troll. But the fact you have to think about it, uh-oh. Props 8's got some trolling in his past. Like if you ask somebody, have you ever murdered somebody? And they're like, I don't think so. Yeah, about that. Yeah. Have you ever done crack cocaine? I mean, I don't think so. Oh boy. I forgot my password, got locked out of my burner account. That was all trolling, Doug. So you've trolled here before, Zokru? I don't remember that name, Doug ID, so you weren't a very good troll. Yeah, I mean, kind of like you, Legendary BM. Hey, he's back that quick, which makes me think he was already here under another name. Okay, Don, I have no idea why I banned you. The name rang a bell. Maybe that's because somewhere in the crevices of my mind I felt bad about it, because maybe I got the wrong call. But for some reason, your name stood out. I don't know why it did, so I just clicked the X. So yeah, I guess good to have you back. Okay, I will look for a pullback for a long, but buying up here seems a little too scary. We are okay, so you must have made some very poor arguments about prop firms. But yeah. Yeah, my mind is kind of weird. I don't know if there's a condition, but like I do remember my kids' birthdays. Now, to defend myself a little bit, I do have 6 kids, so. But I do know all their birthdays, but man, I struggle. I got to really stop and think about it. But I swear, on here, some people, I just see it and I like I remember their, the color of the lint between their toes. I'm like, oh yeah, that name. Yep, he has yellow lint in his belly button. Yeah, legendary BM. Are you going to admit that you got steamrolled? Are you going to admit that your arguments got absolutely destroyed, legendary BM? Let's see how intellectually honest you can be. Giving you fun. Oh, I did too. Yeah. Are you? Let's again. I want to be around intellectually honest people. All right. Well, if that's all it's going to pull back, then there will be no entry order for me on that one. Don't I have a yellow line down here somewhere? Did I delete that? I must have deleted it. I thought I had a yellow line down here somewhere. Guess not. All right. Let's get a new one in there. Let's go to, okay, so you're just gonna, okay, so I'm gonna send legendary. I don't feel like dealing with this guy today. We'll give him 24 hours. Maybe he'll come back on Monday, maybe he won't. No sweat off my back. Classic legendary BM. That guy, he'll always hold a spot in my mind as probably one of the most dented comments I've ever got when he was like, that's the wrong tread line. It's supposed, and I'm partially exaggerating, but his premise was, yeah, that should basically be a 38-degree tread line, and yours is only 35 degrees, so that's the wrong tread line. I'm banning the entertainment. Yeah, maybe. Entertainment does eventually reach annoyance, though. It's just obnoxiousness. If I was playing no games today, Bullish God, you'd have been banned a long time ago. But you're kind of a court jester today. His first message I missed? What was his first message? No, I can't see him anymore because they're all been deleted. The guy's bipolar. And I'm being serious when I say that. Like, there's no doubt in my mind right now that over the course of the live stream, I've talked to bipolar people. Just like I've talked to business owners and doctors and ambitious people. And, you talk to everybody from around the world, around the country, and then all sorts of mental states. People that are drunk, people that are high, people that have mental issues, and legendary BM. I'm not even being funny right now. I'm pretty sure he's got something going on up there. Come on, come down a little bit more, brother. I was down 500 earlier, but I caught an amazing long. Caught off that news. He just immediately started talking smack to people using prop accounts. Legendary BM did the Jays. Oh yeah, see, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's been here before. But the weird thing is, like, and that why I truly believe he's bipolar. Like, there are some streams where he's just making like very good observations. And then there's other ones where it's just like, I don't know how that works. Banning the personalities in the chat kills the chat. Maybe. It depends on who you are. Some people leave the chat because people are not dealt with, and then they're just a distraction and an annoyance. So I think Clay's general speaking style is just angry middle. And I mean, you are a woman, so fair enough. But you can always tell who didn't play sports at all growing up, Because as soon as somebody's tone goes up a little bit, their mind does not go towards passion or anything like that. It goes towards anger. So that's why parents out here, put your kids in sports where somebody will raise their voice. It's 24 hours. Yeah, exactly. And not even ban him. He got 24 hours. So maybe he'll be back. Fair point, Don. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting observation. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is I'm waiting for this yellow line. And in the meantime, we're just talking random stuff right now. You should unban him and see if he watches. Well, nah, Johnny Trades has he's created like 10 different names. I mean, in all actuality, you might be Johnny Trades, Don. Like maybe you are just one iteration of it. I have no idea. Yeah. I don't think that's the case, but like in theory, that's how many names Johnny has created. Is that Clay? No, my name's Bill. You get a message when you unban them? Oh, I have no idea. I don't know how that works. I'm going to use your phrase, scalpy scalp, to pass the account bill. To pass the account bill. Oh, come on. Oh, so close, yet oh, so far away. Hey, Bluefish, how you doing? Wow. All right, right back up. White line, for those of you maybe unfamiliar with the platform, just represents the high of the day. So price can never get above that white line. The white line will just move itself higher. I have the Dom over here because some people like it and use it, so I've just kept it over there for them. But no, I don't use it. But the Y, because some people do use it and like to see down the screen. Is that really helpful? Not necessarily for me, but I'm willing to concede that it might be helpful for other people. I'll try to get short at 044. Where's 044? There you go, Todd. Exactly. It's for the Zoomers to keep their attention. Okay, exactly. Okay, I might try a short here because I can get such a tight risk profile. Let's see if this was some sort of fake breakout. Okay, I'm in. So here's my stop. There's my first target. If it gets close to the first target, I'll take risk off the table and bring my stop basically down to break even, but let's see what happens. I know I had the scalpy scalp, and I still technically do have the scalpy scalp available to me, but I want to see if this thing maybe wants to revisit that range. Come on. No, I said once it gets close. Well, how do you define close, Clay? I'm not quite sure yet. I'm watching. Visually, that's not close enough for me. Okay, that is close enough. There we go. All right, risk off the table. This will be a green trade now no matter what. Let's just figure out how big of a green trade. Come on, at least hit that first target. That'd be nice. That'd make me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Do it. Do it. Make my loins feel warm and You gonna do that to my loins? Really? You're gonna kick me in my loins like that, huh? You seriously gonna do that to my loins? That's crazy. I'm calling my congressman. All right, whatever. I'm canceling that one out. This is now my first new target. I don't even care. I think I can get that now if this comes down. And I'm stuck. What if? All right. All right. As opposed to what, Dean? Like, I've never been somebody that's like will hold a day trade for hours on end. So yeah, per that definition, I guess yes, I've always been a scalper. I at no point in my 20 years was I ever somebody. And again, to preface this, I'm not saying that if you do this, you're wrong. I'm just saying this has never been my style. Where some people are like, "Yep, I'm gonna hold this for the next 4 hours." Never done anything like that. Don't short this market; it's too powerful. Did I say? Oh, come, Blossom, come get KRT under control. Yeah, I have no faith in a breakout here. Too much buying. Wait, I think you mean too much selling. Yeah, that makes no. I have no faith in a breakout here. Too much buying. So I think you meant too much selling, right, Cam? No, too much Okay, yeah, I'm confused. If I saw aggressive buying, I would have faith in the breakout. Yeah, I have no faith in a breakout here. Yeah, I guess we look at the market different in that regards. Because I would have faith in a breakout if I saw aggressive buying. Oh, he wasn't talking to me? Uh-oh, maybe that's what it was then. Hey, what's up, Legsit? Again, still interested in a long down around this yellow line, which is actually working out nice because this 21 EMA, because it's a moving average, is moving higher and higher. So eventually it'll basically be right at the value of the yellow line. Hey, what's up, dented dummy? Jimmy, good morning. I don't know, Paul. Spread the word. Tell more people. Hey. You sound. Man, I look different compared to what I did 20 years ago. Shocking, Paul, isn't it? Always makes me chuckle. Hey, man, I used to watch you 40 years ago. You look different. Oh. Cumulative delta has been green since 1144 on the two. Just tons of buying. Roger that. Yeah, I guess I would look at things differently. My confidence in a breakout would increase the more the aggressive buying happens. Man, I haven't been recommended one of your videos in years. I have not done a whole lot of video. I mean, I still do live trade videos, Big Lou. But yeah, I don't know how the algorithm works, but like there are people like you that are like, man, I've been aware of you for years, and all of a sudden it just suggested a live stream. It's like, why? Like what all of a sudden today made the algorithm recommend my live stream to you, who has been aware of me for a very long time? It's my voice that's different. It used to be nice. Okay, well, I apologize. I apologize that the second puberty I went through makes my voice now not sound nice, Paul. Yep, and buyers eventually turn into sellers. Well, yeah, I understand that, but buyers turn into sellers higher. So, like, per your premise, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying we definitely look at that aspect differently. If someone were to say to me, okay, where's your confidence level that a breakout's going to happen? Where there's aggressive buying, or where there's aggressive or non-aggressive buying? And I'd be like, okay, well, my confidence level would be high that a breakout is going to happen where there's aggressive buying. And you seem to see it backwards compared to that, which is interesting. We all see the market a little bit differently. Yeah, see, idiopathogen. I don't know. I don't understand. Thank you for the feedback. But yeah, I don't understand the algorithm. How people, like some of you that are like, man, I've been watching you, or I used to watch you years ago, and all of a sudden today, like, you're still around. It's like, man, I've been live streaming daily for the past like 14, 15 months. And like, why the algorithm is now just bringing, I don't know. Well, I just started live streaming, not that, I mean, I don't know how long it is, but I don't think just because you have a huge channel, all of a sudden if you live stream that, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend that I understand the algorithm. I'll put it that way. Same story here. It just got recommended after not. Yeah, Batsy. So yeah, I have no idea. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the algorithm works. I mean, really, does anybody understand how it works? Never stop live streaming. Well, you know, Code Clay. If people are using Code Clay, we'll keep the party going. I was looking up baboon video. That makes sense. Okay, maybe a pullback here entry. Yeah, I'm not quite sure anybody actually knows how the algorithm works. Maybe there's a couple people, but anyways, good. I'm glad some of you here decided to recommend or help you make aware. So good to have you. That's so weird. A bunch of you just popped up today. Like, I'm almost to the point, like, are you guys all the same person just trolling with me right now? Or is this just a day where the algorithm was like, hey, we're going to shoot out the live stream to a few more people? Yeah, maybe the chat's gaslighting. I don't know. For all I know, it's legendary BM because he's literally got mental screws loose. That's like creating a bunch of names. I don't know. I saw you last week too, but it had been many years and it's been subscribed to you for. Huh? Yeah, that's interesting. No, I do not get money from YouTube for live stream. I know because I have ads turned off. So no, I'm not making any money from YouTube right now live streaming. Yeah, I mean, yes, I know an active chat is good, but I mean, the chat here is usually pretty active, and I don't know. But yeah, Paul, every day I stream 11 a.m., 11 a.m. Eastern. Come on, pull back a little bit more. Looking for the long here. Stop is if we lose the 9. Roger that. Kind of fed up with the price action this week. It's been real. Yeah, I haven't had the best week, but because I'm not trading stocks, Paul. I kick stocks to the curb. Stocks are garbage. In the category of day trading, that is, stocks are garbage. I trade futures now, man, because futures are like a million times better than day trading stocks. And then you factor in the whole idea of prop firms, and like it becomes that much more of a no-brainer decision. No, I just I have a private community, and I my attention is towards them at the market open. Yeah, no, I love the market open. Like I said, I've had the private community for years, well beyond before I ever got the live stream started. I do. Oh, you're old. R. Potter, if you remember my relationship with Boeing, you are old. You've been watching me a long time then. I do remember Boeing. Former lover of mine. Hey, Mount Homer. Yeah, we had a few people say that one candle burned them. I thought you were joking, pretending to be him at first. You sound exactly like his actual speaking voice. I do? That's funny. I don't think I've ever heard that comparison. Yeah, it has not been. I don't want to say it's been impossible, but yeah, for me this week has been a bit of a challenge. Yeah. KRT. Who else was it? Evil Shaddix. Yeah, there were like 4 or 5 people that mentioned getting cooked. I know some people said they did really well from it. No, options are not better. Yeah, futures crushes options, and then prop firms through futures crushes options. There is no theta in futures. So that's an easy way to just say, well, how it's better than options. Because there's no theta. I mean, futures move way better than options anyways. But yeah, the no theta thing just makes it that much better. Yeah, makes me feel better that I'm not like the only one out there that's thought this has been a tricky week. The Theta Gang. We haven't had a lot of this, but my favorite is the options day trading is better. Oh, I don't really like theta. And they're like, what's theta? It's like, well, I tell it, what should we be trading, bullish gods? Mr. 99% win rate. I'm really lost here. You trade a 30. Yeah, you are clueless. Yes, you are clueless, and that's okay. Yeah. So here's a nutshell of what's going on. Day trading futures through a prop firm. You go and buy a prop firm. And for $102, you get 50K in buying power. 50K buying power would allow you to buy up to 60 of these contracts. So you don't even have to worry about the price over there. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant for futures. And then futures move in points, and points are worth a certain amount. So like NQ, for example, 1 point per contract is worth $20. So if you have one contract and something moves 10 points, then you just made $200 for that one contract. So if you have 5 contracts, now all of a sudden you made, well, $1,000. Okay, well, give us a trade plan, bullish golds or bullish gods. I mean, you're yapping quite a bit, but I don't know if you've ever given us an actual trade plan. Okay, I think at this point this is legendary BM. I think he's just posing as all these people saying, "Hey man, I used to follow you a long time." I don't know. That's too much of a coincidence now. Um, yeah, I think so. House is coming well. The figured out we're taking measurements of the driveways. So for all the concrete, because we want some concrete drives out by the barn too. So got that figured out. The guy had a couple siding questions for my wife. Imagine spending your time. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like there's no doubt in my mind that I have talked with people that have mental health issues, and he's one of them. Live streaming is a crazy place. You can be talking to people from around the world. You can also be talking to strung out people. Live streaming connects you with the world, and the world is made up of totally normal people and some people that have issues, but they're both part of the world, and the live streaming does connect you to the world. So it's got its very cool aspects, but it's got its kind of weird aspects too. Yeah, Iowa cost of living is, I would imagine, on a totally different realm of reality compared to California. California is in a category of its own. Bullish gods, you can either give a trade plan or I'm going to send you on vacation because I'm pretty sure you might be somebody else already. So you can either give a trade plan or you're gone. Which one do you want to do? Okay, approaching the high up here, maybe. Texas used to be affordable. Everybody moved here. Now it's basically unaffordable. Well, I mean, it's affordable for the people that move there. But yeah, it's become affordable for the people that maybe already live there. Paul, you don't need to. I appreciate what you're thinking, but you don't need a course for futures. If you already use charts to trade stocks, then you can trade futures because futures are just charts. The only difference is the point system. Futures, stocks move in dollars and cents. Futures move in points. And then the only question becomes, well, how much is a point worth? Okay, so bullish gods, is that your answer? You're not going to actually give any trade plans. You're just going to talk, but like when actually asked to back some things up, you're not going to provide a trade plan. Do I have the understanding right? It's weird. We're having that pattern again, folks. You ask the yappers for 3 numbers, and then all of a sudden you start to get, that's a trade plan. Okay, so you're not going to give one. All right, see you later. Right on cue. Do I ban him or do I put him in timeout? I think if I ban, he'll be back anyways because he's one of those kind of. We'll just give him a timeout. I think he used to show up always talking tough about crypto, but then crypto has been getting destroyed, so I noticed he no longer talks tough about crypto. So, yeah. Anyway, like I said, the three numbers, it's foolproof. So easy to expose people, just like that. Are you going to buy the breakout? No, I don't think so. Snipe hunting? What's snipe hunting? No, he was talking tough. This was several months ago. You get real money once you move to this phase. Test to the pro account. How do you make the jump from test to pro? Well, you got to show that you can trade. How do you show that you can trade? Show that you can make $3,000, but most importantly, show that you can manage risk. Don't lose $2,000. You can take as long as you want to pass, but I always say aim to pass within 1 month so that you don't have to pay this again. Because this per month fee is only during the test phase. So take as long as you want, but because futures move and move so quickly, making $3,000 in a month is quite realistic. In fact, earlier this week, I don't remember, Tuesday, like I made $1,500 all on live stream. Like I maxed out, up to that point. So like in 1 day. So again, I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying because futures move so quick, it is very reasonable to pass this test within 1 month. And then yeah, after you go from the test to the pro, that's where you start to get paid real money. Sounds pretty easy. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't. If you're a good trader, then yeah, I don't want to say anything is easy because nothing in trading is easy, but it's a good gig. The ROIs that you can generate are scam like. And updating contracts must be. Yeah, well, hey, that's the point of live stream. If we can get some of those Forex traders in here, I'd be happy to explain it. What's the most you can risk in 1 day? The most you can risk is $2,000, the drawdown. On the 50K, that is, the most you can lose in a day is 2,000. Yes, you could go up to 6 NQ contracts, which is, don't do that. I mean, I guess if you want, go ahead. Go get 6 NQ contracts, and the way the numbers will fluctuate, make sure you have some toilet paper next to you. You'll see very quickly why I'm saying stocks are a joke compared to futures and how they move. Again, don't do that, but yeah. Clay, would you ever? I am an affiliate for other prop firms. Have you never seen this slide before? There you go. I have a code with all those prop firms. There you go. Yep, there you go. Yes, including Lucid. Yep. Thank you for asking, by the way. Hopefully, yeah, code Clay. Always appreciated. We kind of, sort of, not really have a rising wedge. I mean, the upper trend line's there, but the lower trend line, that's where things get a little, yeah. All right. It doesn't seem like that pullback's going to happen, so I'll get rid of that. I do. Oh, yeah, for sure, legs it. 100% I do. But that's also why I'm always, a stickler for, hey, chat, don't go quiet on me. Because the chat is what makes it fun, what makes it bearable. Yeah, sometimes we're talking about the most random of things, but it's still fun. Lucid moved me live last night. I was so hurt. Sorry to hear that. Yeah. I mean, I think that's something that Lucid has to probably figure out. I don't know. Again, I don't understand the math. I don't understand because prop firms, it's just one big equation, right? All prop firms have an equation that they're trying to balance. They're trying to make it as efficient as possible. I just don't know why more of these prop firms just don't do the take profit trader live one. I will say when cruising around Twitter, I don't see people complaining about take profit trader. Oh, take profit trader. They seem to have a good solid program. You would think more would replicate that. But my guess is the reason why more don't replicate that is there must be something within their equations that would make their equations all of a sudden get way out of balance. That's why take profit trader is the best. Yeah, right. Exactly, Isle Boy. I have Pro, Keith. Pro Plus is the live market, and the live market, yeah, Phil's get a little. Anyways, yeah, I'd prefer to avoid the live market, but that's all I'm going to say about that. Next topic. I have read it takes a while to get a pro. I have read it takes a while to get a pro. I think you mean Pro Plus, the Jays. Yeah, the daily payouts make it very, very nice. Okay, okay, looking for a long. Yeah, exactly, Mark. It's again, live markets is the live markets, and yeah, there are regulations, there are things that need to be tracked and kept in line. Do you take return or you have lifetime payout limits? Yeah, yes, in a sense, because eventually, I mean, no, because eventually they'll move you to live, and then the sky remains the limit. Now, and you get to keep 90% of your gains. So there's no lifetime payouts, but at that point, the payouts aren't even coming from take profit anymore. They're coming from the market itself. So I guess in some senses, yes, that there is a lifetime payout that they're going to pay you from their revenue stream, and then they're going to put you to live. But like, no, it's not like there reaches a moment with take profit trader where they're like, no, we got to kick you out. No, they'll just move it. They want, and that's why I like take profit trader. Their incentives are ultimately aligned. Like, are they going to cry if somebody shows up and burns a bunch of accounts? No. But ultimately, there is a pathway for you to get to a live market where you can thrive and you're not hurting take profit trader. You're actually benefiting them a little bit. So I do like how the incentives are ultimately aligned. Some prop firms, they just want you to flat out fail. That there is actually no live program. They don't ever really put you live. So if that's the landscape, then yes, at the end of the day, it is you versus the prop firm. They want you to fail. In no way, shape, or form do they want you to succeed. Because it's literally, you are taking money from them. That would be the equivalent of an insurance company saying, hey, we want everybody's houses to catch on fire. No. But again, a prop firm that will send you live, then okay. They're actually incentivized to eventually get you live because they'll still benefit from that. Okay, Paul, I don't know what's going on, but you seem to think that, correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, this is what I think you think. You think I'm just going to follow whatever Clay does because there's these people here and they must just be following what Clay does. So if Clay's making money, then therefore I'm going to make money because I'm just going to follow Clay. If I'm correct and that's what you're thinking, no, you've got to be an independent thinker, Paul. No, you don't choose to go to Pro Plus. They just kind of move you there, Jays. But also the Jays just focus on passing your first eval. Or have you passed? I can't remember. I like the straight to funded version. Yeah, and I mean maybe, but those don't accomplish anything. You still have to pass. There's still a built-in test anyways, because it's not like straight to funded day one you're available for payouts. No, there's still consistency rules and stuff like that. Not to mention they cost more, so you're still paying for the test. Yes, you technically get to maybe skip one of the tests, but you're still paying for that test regardless. That's why those accounts are way more expensive. But even then, you still have to take a built-in test to qualify for payouts. So, and for some, maybe it makes sense. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense for some people, but way too many new people think that like they're somehow getting to skip something, and like, but you're actually not. Like, let me put it this way: if you don't know how to trade, a straight to funded is a waste of money. And again, you're not. Yes, you get to skip a test in a sense by not having to do it, but you're not getting to skip it from a cost perspective. You're still paying for that test. And then yeah, resetting a pro, at least with take profit trader. Yeah, no, I firmly disagree with that. Three, I think you had a little too many zeros in there, KRT. I think. Okay, Paul again. I don't think you heard me. I think that you think you're just gonna your plan is to blindly follow me and then you're just gonna make money. That's not how this works. You should know this by now. You should know that independent thinking should be the goal. Is that a long on the green line? I hope so. I guess we'll find out if it gets down there. I mean, yeah, he already shared with us the Holy Grail. Before you short, just wait for the top. Yeah, maybe Hoover. I don't know. Okay, maybe. If this green line turns blue, I'm in. Okay, well that's a little different than what I was saying. Yes, you're saying wait for the heavy buys, wait for the aggressive buying. And if the aggressive buying does not yield anything, then that's a sign, wow, there must be a lot of sellers get short. I can see that. You made it sound like a bunch of aggressive buying shows up anywhere and you're like, oh, this makes me bearish. So I see what you're saying. We were just talking through different times in the timeline. But sure, yeah. If there is a ton of buying and it's not budging, then okay, I understand. Maybe this could be a good short. But broadly speaking, if you're to tell me, okay, does your confidence level increase or decrease if I were to tell you aggressive buying, I would say, oh, my confidence level would go up. Oh, the nuances of trading. Okay, let's see if this goes green. Or I'm sorry, goes blue. Yeah, exactly, John. Hey, Sam. I really don't like how it's putzing her. All right, I'm coming down here a little bit now. Again, looking to get. Now I'm wondering, do I just wait for the? 980. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I like this a lot. So on the 2 minute here, we have the 50 SMA. And then on the 5 minute, if I were to bring that over, we have the 21 EMA, basically right at that level. So a couple nice little stars aligning here. Yeah, Cam, we were talking past each other. Again, if you were to just say broadly speaking, okay, if you're thinking more of a short, and then you hear two things, aggressive selling versus aggressive buying, I'd be like, oh, I'd want the aggressive selling if I'm thinking short. But what you're saying is, well, let the aggressive selling happen first, and then if the aggressive selling, the price is still not budging down, I would look for that. I'd be bullish. Well, yeah, at that moment in the sequence, sure. But yeah, we're back on the same page now. Hey, Sky Mountain. No, I'm not the giveaway thing is, I don't know, because it's really about what is the quality of viewer am I trying to attract? Am I trying to attract the people that like their business model is run around and try to get giveaways? Is that really the quality? Like, I don't know. Sometimes for me, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not. Yes, I'm trying to grow the stream. There's no doubt about that. But am I trying to grow it at all costs? No. I will take a smaller stream all day long of just decent people that I can stand versus people that just kind of go about life in a way that I'm not. Yeah. Like people that are running around looking for active giveaways are basically children, people that shouldn't be trading anyways because they're completely broke and their financial situations are miserable. It's just where if you find good, solid people, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Neil's having a baby. Neil is. Oh no, I'm 100% trying to get the stream maximized, and if that means it's more money than I make trading, I don't care. Who cares about that? That's always a very bizarre, and I'm not sure. Maybe I'm misunderstanding Todd because you don't seem like. But that's always a bizarre thing. It's like, oh, Mister. It's like, oh, Mister Plumber, you make more money from that book you wrote than you do your own plumbing jobs, huh? And it's like, well, yeah, because good for the plumber. He understands scaling. Like I good for that plumber. He has figured out a way to make money while he sleeps. Time is limited. He can only make money 24 hours per day as a plumber. But if he writes a book that helps people on how to plumb, hopefully the goal would be for him to be making more money from his book than him actually doing the plumbing because he learned how to scale his time and skills and services. Nothing makes my skin crawl more than the folks begging for giveaways or something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, slow morrow. Some people would say that plumber's a scammer. Yeah. Oh, you make more money from your plumbing book than you do from plumbing, therefore you're a scammer. Those are the people that don't understand business at all. They don't understand. I guarantee you those people are terrible with time management. 100% guarantee it. Terrible with time management. James, please do not mention other people here. Not because everybody else is a scammer. It's just I do not know who most people are, and I'd hate to have this chat serve as a funnel to funnel people to somebody that's an absolute clown. Again, I'm not saying that whoever even you mentioned. I'm not saying that everybody else is clowns except me. I'm just saying I don't know who most people are. So if you don't mind, just don't mention other people. I don't want to send them off into la la land. Give away of free digital coupons like McD cheeseburger discount. I don't know. That might even be worse. Like if you run around and you need coupons for a burger, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I removed it. No problem, though, James. Like I said, James, I know you didn't mean anything malicious by it, so it's no problem. So I reject your apology because there is no apology needed in the first place. So I got to do something real estate rise real quick. Whoops. I got an order out there, huh? I better not forget about it. No, that's not. Yeah, okay. Whoops. So when he moved to Iowa, forgot to, well, not necessarily this. So the lady that used to help me with all my real estate stuff, long story short, she was like, yeah, I'm not quite sure you really need me anymore. And she's like, so we just parted ways. I'll put it that way. It was just, anyways. So the P.O. box that we had in Michigan, I no longer had anybody to check it. So then I needed to update. So I had to get in touch with the tenants and be like, hey, send payments now to here, and here being my new Iowa address. However, I forgot to update one of the insurance. I forgot to update the insurance on one of them. So the person just was like, hey, my insurance is past due. The company's reaching out to me. Whoops. So I just had to send them an email. Hey, either mail the bill here or just send it to me electronically right now and I'll get it paid. Sorry about that. What is Paul talking about? What are you all right, Paul? Nobody who yelled at you? You don't need to be yelled at. Who? I'm not aware of anybody yelling at you. Yeah, Bentley. That's what I'm thinking too. And from my understanding is those things can start to be rigged, and it's like then you have a bunch of spam names, and yeah. So I appreciate that, Bentley, because I agree. Like it just I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Paul was legendary. I don't know. It seems like everything happened after Legendary BM was put on that timeout. I can't remember though when he showed up. Was it after that or before? That was kind of. Paul was in another streamer's chat this morning and ended up getting banned for. Oh, really? Yeah, that was a bizarre interaction. Again, streaming connects you to the world. The world is filled with some really cool people, really amazing people. The world is also filled with, drunkards and, drug addicts and people that have screws loose. All kidding aside, they're all part of the world. Live streaming connects you to the world. So, like at some point, you just have to, which again is why I totally understand and respect my wife's opinion. I'd love to have the kids here. The kids love to come on the stream. They really did. And you guys are great. The vast majority of you guys, I mean, it bums me out. It bums me out that the world is kind of the way it is and that people, because this connects to the world, who knows what is going on with like the kids. You just don't know, which my wife's point is. And yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, like some of these people that I've come across is there is something literally wrong with them. Hey, Captain Crunch. Yeah, I don't know. I think Paul needs a box. That was bizarre. But the thing is, like, I don't know. I think some people are offended when you tell them the truth. Paul, I think, wanted to show up, blindly follow, and make money. And when I told Paul, I hope that's not what you think because that's wrong, I think he was offended by that. I think that's what he considered me yelling at him. I miss the kiddos. Yeah, it bums me out because I personally, I think it was good for him too. Like, okay, people are watching you. Like from a public speaking standpoint, it's not the real thing because obviously they're not like in front of a real crowd, but there are interactions. So like, I think it was good to kind of maybe help them think on their feet, but it is what it is. Yeah, Paul, boo-hoo. Paul decided to go boo-hoo. I'm not sure. I don't know. That makes me feel a little bit more better. More better. I think that's the right word. To hear that he was on another live stream this morning, got kicked off for being whatever. It is what it is. Generation soft. To be fair, right? Don't all generations like look at the previous generation and they're like, oh, what a bunch of losers, right? I think everybody does that. So like, I'm not gonna actually kick any other generations because I'm pretty sure that my generation was kicked by people ahead of. So it's just like, and I'm the generation that was kicking me was probably kicked by them, which I don't know. Isn't that kind of how it goes though? Like if you think back, like America makes really good sense when you actually stop and think about how did America get to where it is. Like it makes such good sense. Like has anybody ever thought about that before? Like think about the generation that started America. Here are these people that had complaints, whether it was a complaint about religious freedoms, whether it was a complaint about, man, I can't grow here. Like from a wealth perspective, I am screwed. Like this system is holding me down. There's nothing I can do. So there is people with complaints. However, think about it. What did these people were willing to actually do something about the complaint? So that's pretty impressive. That's a select small group of people. People that were actually willing to do something about the complaint rather than just sit there and continue to complain about it. Which, by the way, is the easiest thing to do, right? But think about this. This is where it blows my mind. Well, what needed to be done about the complaint? Well, what needed to be done about the complaint was needing to get in this big wooden box known as a boat. And then this big wooden box needed to sail for 3 months across the massive ocean. So yeah, disease, storms, blah, blah, blah. And then, assuming you made it 3 months in this big wooden box across the sea, there was nothing there for you. Well, okay, I take it back. There was something there for you called Indians. And these Indians wanted to protect their land. So talk about the ultimate entrepreneurial spirit. People had a complaint. These people were willing to do something about the complaint. These people did hardcore things about the complaint. So to me, America makes sense. Like this is like, now again, that was back then. So that was that generation. If you look at that generation of people, and then if they were to look at us now, myself included, they're probably like, soft, 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 soft. But yeah, America actually makes really, really good sense when you think about who actually started it. Because man, that took some. If I don't, I'll be honest. I like to do things if I have a complaint. I try not to just sit there and complain. But dang, would I have gotten in a big wooden box with my family to sail for 3 months across an ocean to then go to a land where I have nothing and there are people there that might want to kill me? I don't know. I'd like to say sure I would have done it. But if I'm being brutally honest, whew, that's pretty hardcore. That's pretty hardcore. That is, yeah. But those are the people that the country was built on. Hardcore entrepreneurs. Oh my goodness. So yes, how did we arrive at that? That's why I'm not a huge fan of like ripping on other generations, because let's all face it, that generation that got in the big wooden boxes, they would look at all of us and be like, they would probably be speechless for how soft we are. Again, myself included. They're now putting squishy toys in the microwave and getting themselves melted. What is this generation's obsession with reaction videos? Yeah, I mean, again, every generation has something where you could, that it follows that same lines of logic. Fill in the blank. I don't understand, right? It's also built on those who were enslaved. Yeah, I mean, it is. You should read some Thomas Sowell stuff. A black economist, and he does a good deep historical dive about slavery. I think Sandra, your eyes would be like, "Oh, that's interesting." In fact, what was it? Thomas Sowell. I think was it called Redneck Book on Slavery. What's that called? Oh yeah. So if anybody wants any reading, specifically who brought that, who made that comment? Sandra? Maybe give it a look. My favorite economist right there. Black rednecks and white liberals. I think you'd probably find it pretty interesting. Cheers. The selfie generation. Yeah, well, I mean, all generations are something. I mean, they're all the something generation. My generation took accountability for our success and failures. I never blamed anyone for my outcome. Yeah, I don't refute that one bit, Christopher. But like, let's be serious. The generation that got in the big wooden boxes and sailed across the sea and all that, they would probably look at your generation and they'd probably find some things that are a bit soft. Classic Happy Gilmore quote. I eat pieces of crap like you for breakfast. You eat pieces of crap for breakfast? No. A clay that wasn't quite the quote. I know what the quote was. There could be kids, and for some of you that are in the background right now. No air conditioning is my nightmare. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. That good point there. Go your own way. Yes, exactly. That's our gen. What? No air conditioning. At least early Adam Sandler. I think a lot of people would probably agree. Adam Sandler. Some of his movies were. There's the golden years for sure. Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Waterboy. What are some of the other golden age ones? Did I say Billy Madison? I have not seen Happy Gilmore 2. I heard it was kind of not good. Wedding Singer, thank you. Yes, 51st Dates was, yeah. I'm not sure. I'll tell you one that's really underrated is Click. Or at least I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Click is, I don't know why more people don't talk about it, but like a genuine good, like a good reminder too. But like the actual premise of what they were trying to drive home, especially for me as a father of young kids who sometimes just like wants to like, oh, fast forward, man. That kind of I want that. Woo, good reminder to enjoy the moments. A good reminder to enjoy the moments. But yeah, I think Big Daddy was a good one. No, Click is actually, I would argue, his best one because of the story that it's giving. Because of the lesson it's actually reminding, I would probably say fathers. So that would be my contention. Click is his best movie. Chuck and Larry, yep. Okay, Uncut Gems. I mean, that was when he started to move away from comedies. All right, well, we're getting a move up here. How high up does it go? We'll see. Agreed. Click. Absolutely top. His best one, in my opinion. Now, from a comedy standpoint, yeah, comedy standpoint, and I don't know, I played football, I like football. Or Waterboy would probably be like, but like actually like good movie, like good movie, including there was actually like a good learnable moment, like there's a good theme that's trying to be conveyed. Click. But yeah, it's just ridiculous. If we're just going by ridiculous like Dumb and Dumber, like there is zero like redeemable like actual message in Dumb and Dumber. My favorite comedy. So like if we're just talking about pure humor, yeah, probably either Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore's classic. I don't know, probably either Happy Gilmore or Waterboy for me. If we're in the category of just like I'm not looking for any sort of like redeemable life lesson. But redeemable life lesson in a funny one, I would say Click is his best movie. How do I set the buttons of my Trader Vate to look like yours? Here, just watch this. I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, but this video will help you out in terms of how I set up my platform. So, Anita, here you go. Slappy Swanson Samsonite. I was way off. You're welcome, Anita. Anita Bonita. Clay? You just called her beautiful. Whoops, sorry. That's on me. But hey, you're all beautiful. You are all beautiful baboons in my eyes. Except Paul. Paul a little rough around the edges. Yeah, we're in the Rockies. Here, you can have one of my pairs. My hands are getting sweaty. You've had 2 pairs this whole time? Yeah, we're in the Rockies. I'm gonna kill you. What? Harry, your hands are freezing. And then they both, and they're both facing, and then the music kicks in and the briefcase is open with the money. I mean, classic. Classic. I'm unstumpable with Dumb and Dumber. The whole movie is I am unstumpable. I watched Stir Crazy. Never seen Stir Crazy. Never heard of it. It's not. Yeah, when they're on the. It's like laying down dominoes in slow motion. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, HR. Now I know I didn't get that one. My parents had to explain that one to me because I remember them laughing at that part, and I was just like, okay. But then they had to explain John Denver, all that. But yeah, I remember my parents thinking that part was very funny and laughing at it. And because it came out when I was in, I want to say like 5th grade. That's right. Yeah, Anger Management. Yeah, Sandler did have a lot of good movies. Okay, Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder. That's Willy Wonka, right? The original Willy Wonka, that is. All right, I'm gonna look for a short here. If it comes down, yes. Okay. If that red line turns blue, I'll get my stop locked into place, and we'll see if we can get some sort of. I'm not going to say reversal. I never really aim for a reversal, but we'll see if we can get some sort of pullback. But it's got to first come down to that red line. Never seen Blazing Saddles. From my understanding, though, that is a movie that could definitely not be made today. From my understanding, there would be so many tears of offense shed that you could literally not make that movie today. Oh, beautiful candle. Let's see if it wants to deliver for me. Again, if we can get close to this first target, I'll take my risk off the table. But I could not ask for a better candle here. Good grief. Beautiful. Just because things are beautiful, though, doesn't mean it's going to work out. Wait. I turned my... What just happened? Okay, I know sometimes I acted up a little bit, but I'm very... I literally just turned for a split second. I heard stop fill, but the candle was still down. Oh, there... Okay. So it wicked up, took me out, and in a split second was back down here. Is that what... I literally did not see it, but I turned my head for a half a second, which makes me feel like something goofy happened if I turned my head for half a second and I missed the trade. Okay, it just... All right, then. I kind of want to get short again, but that's got me a little bitter now. What's up with that? What the... Huh? One of the best movies since ever been. Yeah, I do need to see Blazing Saddles. That was a little bit before my time, but all I know is I keep hearing, I've heard oh yeah, you could totally not make that movie in this day and age. Re-entry is valid. Are you getting short here then, Steely Dan? Oh no, one. That was That was wild. That's crazy. I didn't see it, but man, that had to have happened fast. And like you guys said, there was a glitch thing there. That was crazy. Alrighty then. All right, have a good one, CDP. Rewatched it. You got wicked up. Yeah, yeah. It was just so weird. Like, because I saw this candle, was loving the setup, and I glanced away and I looked back and I heard stop filled. And I was like, well, wait a second. Wasn't that the. Wait, how? The price is still right here. And then it dawned on me, wait a second. Look, it just did it again. I promise. I was about to put an order up there. All right, I'm doing it now. Go ahead. Wick back up there again. Yeah, yes, we do giveaways. I have a giveaway that'll, it's a magic ticker symbol, Abish, and with this magic ticker symbol, you'll never have to ask for a giveaway again, because this magic ticker symbol will provide money for you, and then that way you don't have to even worry about giveaways. Are you interested in this magic ticker symbol, Abish? It is the best gift. So yes, I do giveaways, and I will give this to you, and it is a magical ticker symbol that will guarantee you money so that you never have to worry about a giveaway again. Are you interested, Abish? I know it sounds too good to be true, but I'm telling you right now, this ticker symbol is magical. Yes, okay. Abish, here we go. Here's the ticker symbol. J-O-B. If you do this ticker symbol, you'll trade your time, and for your time, you'll get money. So that is a guaranteed way to make money. And then you'll never have to ask for a giveaway again because you can just afford them on your own. So there you go. Ticker symbol J-O-B. It's magical. Guaranteed to give you money, brother. All right, I'm about to maybe get short again. Maybe. Okay, I'm short. Okay, now how about you snap back down now? What? That's you cannot beat that argument. That is the best giveaway that anybody could ever give somebody. Is that magical ticker symbol. That is the most compassionate thing to do. I have just given that person something that will guarantee they get money. I mean, that is a risk, Captain Crunch, that they don't actually connect the dots of what I'm trying to tell them, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. Because if they cannot connect those dots, yeah, I don't think there's much hope for them anyways. But fair point, Captain Crunch. That just is a risk I'm going to take. Yeah, and if he did, so be it. So be it. He deserves the lesson that he'll get. There is no better dent medicine than if that were to actually happen. Okay, now all of a sudden it does not want to snap back down. Reason for short, because I thought I'd want to go down. I wish I had money to gamble like you. I gave you a resource, Abish. The world is your oyster. So you don't even have to wish. I just granted your wish. Well, then good. Then stop being a bum and asking for giveaways. Well, then get another one. I don't know what to tell you. But you running around clanging your cup is not a good look. Looking at the daily, don't you think it might want to get to... Maybe. And if it does, I'll have a losing trade. What? How did you do that, Philly? I mean, that's amazing. Great job. How are you up that much on a 25K account? What'd you trade, brother? Fantastic. Amazing candle here. Amazing. Okay, Abish. So you've been here before. What's your other names that have been banned before, Abish? Be honest. Be honest and you can stick around. Oh, yeah, maybe it was on the Trump news. Yeah, was it on that Trump tweet? But I'm adding if it comes down there short. I'm sure you were, Abish. I'm sure you were. I have zero doubts on that in my mind, brother. That happened to me this week. I was up there and I messed up. I'm trying bad. Okay, about to add here. I have been able to almost add. Again, the red line there is me trying to add to the position. Hey, Candlestick Burns, good to see you. It's been a while. Hey, Lance. All right. Glad you finally got one in your direction. Okay, I added. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Keep dumping. Come on. Come on. Well, there's my stop. This thing either rolls over or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, it'll be a losing trade. Market will go up. Okay, cool. Okay, I guess this will be a losing trade then. Actually, you were right. I did see it go up. It went up a tick. So good call. It went up a tick. Good call. After that comment, I did see the price go up a tick. So to give credit where credit's due, they were right. It did go up a tick. Yeah, you too, Philly. Yeah, they don't know about the turtle head. It's true. All right, Lance. Yeah, sounds like you got some things you're aware of, need to work on. That's good. You can't work on things unless you first identify the things you got to work on. So, well done. These two candles still giving them time to work out here. Bish, I'd be one to interact with you more if you didn't prove to be what I've deemed you a troll. So that's why I'm ignoring you, just as an FYI. If you're not a troll, then I mean, sorry, but maybe don't show up and act like such a clown on a live stream next time. Clay, do you have any thought? If Bookmap works, I've never used it, but yeah, I'm open to the idea that it can work for people. Just don't go into it thinking that it's like some magical holy grail, because nothing's a magical holy grail. But I'm not. I never say like you're wasting your time to try to learn a different like a tool like that. As long as you're not entering in thinking that it's like some sort of like easy thing and you know, holy grail, then go for it. What about? I've never heard of that one, Captain Crunch. Yeah, you're welcome, Custom. All right, about to get stopped out here. You dirty dogs, you suckered me right in. And out. All right, well, back to the drawing board. You must have never heard of the three. Oh, yeah. I use nothing but trend lines and channels. Yeah, there are so many ways you can trade, which is why blanket statements are just, yeah, quite the risky thing. From your experience, what is a safe trade? Entry at breakout or at support? There is no safe trade because there's always a counterbalance. If you wait for confirmation, you're taking on more risk. If you don't wait for confirmation, you have a small of a risk, but you have no confirmation. So like everything is counterbalanced in the market. That's true. I do have some red on the screen. Yeah, Vilma, I already gave you credit. Remember when you said it's going up and then it went up a tick? I said, oh yeah, you're right. I mean, I can do that too. Watch. It's going to go down. Oh, it just went down a tick. Did you see it? It went down a tick. See, I mean, good job, Vimla, but like, okay. You said it's going up. Yes, and it did. It went up a tick after you said that. And then I immediately gave you credit for being right. So well done. You told me it was going up and it went up a tick. Well done, sir. I'm impressed. I'm impressed, brother. Dude, if this thing now dumps, that'd be disappointing. If you try a buy limit at 0.05 okay, there you go, Chuck. See, look at Chuck giving us 3 numbers. I appreciate that, Chuck. How does the market decide whether to go up or down? By what buyer? It's supply and demand. If there is more supply, aka more people looking to sell than looking to buy, the market's going down. On the flip side, if there's more demand, so if there's more people looking to buy than there are people looking to sell, prices will go up. You get annoyed so easily. I mean, now I'm minorly annoyed because I mean you're gaslighting. I mean, if you were better at gaslighting, I'd probably be more annoyed. So I'm minorly annoyed right now because you're trying to gaslight. You're just not being very good at it. Well, yeah, again, that depends who you ask. Some people are going to say, well, it's actually it's Marky the market maker who lives in the basement of Fort Knox. He sits on a, one of the computers that no longer, that's like, the big box, it's running Windows 95 and he's on a 56K modem. Some people would tell you he makes the market go up and down, but I am not of that camp. I just think it's a very anticlimactic reasoning of this is a market the futures market, the stock market, and a market is made up of buyers and sellers. Supply and demand. He might, Steve-O. He might. Right, it's BlackRock for everything. Real estate prices. Oh, it's BlackRock's fault. Why is the market crashing? It's BlackRock's fault. Why is the market going up? That's BlackRock. Why is 2 + 2 = 4? It's BlackRock. I just asked you if you do giveaways. You didn't have to be on the. I mean, there was zero. I was helping you out. I will die in the hill, Abish, that there is nothing more kind that I could do to offer somebody begging for giveaways and tell them to get a job. Because a job will cause you not to have to beg. And I think doing things that will cause somebody to not have to beg is compassionate. So yeah, I will die on that hill. I was the compassionate one in that situation. You are just rage bait. I've watched a couple times and it's always the same thing. Getting mad at your viewers for asking questions is so fried. I know, dude. I'm furious. In fact, not only do I get upset when people ask me questions, I'm actually upset at you now, Mikey, because you didn't ask me a question. So I'm very furious at you right now for not asking me a question. Iran, what about Iran? Eric's 20. Did Iran... Sesame, yes. It's Big Bird. It's Big Bird. Guess I know. Okay. The ad, see, but I'm also nice. Now we can do logical fallacies. I presented an argument towards you, and now you deflected with the ad hominem fallacy by attacking my hairline. Again, I'll concede. Watch how this works. Yes. A man with a receding hairline just made an argument. Okay. Now back to the argument. See, Abish? I don't know, man. Maybe you and your group of your buddies, you can get along with ad hominem fallacies, but not around here, brother. Again, my claim. I was the compassionate one. I gave you a suggestion. I gave you something that would cause you not to beg. That's my premise. Helping somebody not have to beg is a good thing. I helped you to not have to beg. You have not. You didn't reply to that claim though. You decided to commit the ad hominem fallacy, and my guess is you'll commit another one. Oh, just ban me already. Yeah, exactly, Abish. See, boy. See, this is the Bish's backside, and this is me. Abish's backside, me. We need Iran to tweet. Does Iran tweet, or is that usually just Trump? Deadeye Dave, he laughing. He's laughing. Iran just making Lego videos. Yeah, I don't know if the price will ever get up to that trend line. Maybe, let's see here. I'll be interested in that for a long, potentially, if it can pull back there. What's going on in the World Cup? I'm an American, so as soon as America was out, I totally forgot about the thing. Is there any games anymore? Is it done? Who won? Do we have a champion yet, or what's going on? Again, I am American, so I have immediately forgot. Still playing? Are there any games today? Oh, okay. So had America won, we'd be playing today then. Gotcha. Oh, at 2 p.m. So soon. Oh, it's at 3 p.m. Eastern. Did somebody say, I thought somebody said 2. Maybe they said 2 and I just assumed it was Eastern. Or maybe I'm blind. Are they still playing kickball? Oh, okay. Central time, 2 p.m. Roger that. Again, looking for a pullback to the yellow line here for a potential long. We'll see what happens. You added. You added what? Okay, I saw this. I need somebody to explain. Maybe it was fake news. Maybe I misunderstood. All that a possibility. But I could have sworn I saw a story about there being rioting in France after they beat Morocco. Now, that would make sense if there was rioting in France because France lost. But why was there rioting in France when France won? Or is that just like, is that not actually a thing? I don't know, Custom. They burn the cities, win or lose, and you're, oh. I'm French every time, another Arabic country. Okay, well, to Florian, but in this situation, Morocco lost. Oh, so win or lose? Okay, so France riots no matter what. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I don't know. I think that depends on the city, though, too. I mean, there seems like there's lots of cities that don't burn to the ground after their sports teams win. I don't know. Morocco was a previous French Oh, what's a proctorate? Like a colony? Or similar to a colony? Okay, we're at the yellow line. Maybe along here. No, I don't want. I need to be careful here. I need to be careful. I'm not looking to like send myself red right before the weekend. That would not be good. So I need to be a little extra careful here. Like a colony. Okay, so okay, I did not know that. Interesting. So there is some history there between France and Morocco. Kind of like if America played England, there'd be a little history there. What happens when somebody blows a prop account in France? I thought Captain, I thought you were going to bring like some like epic punchline there. Moroccans speak fluent French. Oh, I did. I mean, that makes sense now. I always forget. And by the way, if anybody is French here, I know there's always a history like Americans taking swipes at French. Like I'm not actually doing that. I just it kind of dawned on me like I forget that France used to have a big empire too. That is why France and England were like over the course of history have always been going back and forth. So I guess that does make sense. I don't know why it just dawned on me like, wait, France had colonies? Well, yeah, France used to be a big empire too. So do a lot of countries in France, or I'm sorry, in Africa speak French? I mean, I'm an idiot, but like that's why people in Quebec, Canada, speak French. They used to. Okay. Started backtesting sway trades from Asia. All right, Ameris. Yeah, you'll have to keep us updated on how that goes. Some North African, Lebanon, my country, and some Middle Eastern countries. Okay. The prop account smokes a cig and takes. Others are under English rule. Yeah. I guess I really have no idea now that I think about it. Maybe that's because we learned just more about England in like U.S. in like history class for Americans because they were the ones over us. But like now that I think about it, how big was the French Empire? Well, I guess Napoleon built a huge empire. So yeah. Any advice on how to survive the move? Yeah, Captain Crunch. That's what I was telling people. Like, that's one of those things where if that one cooked your account, and if you journal, like you just journal wrong place, wrong time, next page, because yeah, there's nothing you're gonna do. Like that's not a strategy problem. That's not your problem. That's just wrong place, wrong time problem. And there's zero that needs to be learned from that. Other than well, I think the only person that would have something to learn from that is like the non-prop firm futures trader that got absolutely cooked. Because for that person, I would hope their lesson is I really need to consider these things called prop firms. Because had I been in a prop firm, my loss would have been a couple $100 at most instead of $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. But yeah, if you're already in a prop firm, you in fact that was just more so a reiteration of good thing you're in a prop firm. So yes, those sorts of movements I would say should be confidence boosters to reiterate your decision to be in a prop firm. Because I assure you, people that weren't, yeesh. Had I been in a prop firm, my loss would be 10 accounts. I was copy trading. Yeah, and if you paid, if you paid $100 for those 10 accounts each, that's $1,000. Somebody using their own money with their own account could have very, 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 very realistically lost way more than $1,000. So yeah. Probably from this cup games, you guys may get some good talent for football. Probably from the cup games, you guys may get some good talent. Okay, Sam, I think we're having a breakdown. Are you saying that the World Cup might give our football, what we call football, like we're gonna poach soccer guys and turn them into football players? Or do you just mean that like people from the World Cup are gonna increase soccer's popularity? Note on my mind, someone in the world lost. Oh yeah, there that was that created some margin calls. Like there are people that lost, I don't know, about 100,000. You're probably right, but I mean, very realistically, somebody shows up. I want to do futures. Okay, let me just fund my account with $5,000. And yes, that movement right there, gone. Haaland is the only soccer player that may be able to play in the NFL. I bet there's more than that. I can see soccer guys making good wide receivers, like slot receivers, good, potentially defensive backs. I mean, I don't. I'm not. Soccer players are very good. Their footwork is of astounding proportions. So that's where I think I could see like a cornerback. Cornerbacks need really, really good footwork. Receivers need really, really good footwork. So I think I can see soccer. Now, are they tough enough? That's another discussion. But from a footwork standpoint and an athleticism standpoint, I think some soccer players would make really, really good football players. Yeah, I don't think so, Sam. Because if you look back at the stats, the United States has been to this knockout round before and has gotten knocked out, and it's like every 4 years. I remember like every 4 years. Yeah, the America kind of everybody unites. Let's watch the game, and then every 4 years it's always the same talk. Man, we got to get more kid, and then it just fades away. So I mean, I can see why you would say that, but I don't think so. You couldn't open a long on an end key contract with one. Okay, fair, Mikey. Yeah, so to Mikey's point, to even do, you would need more money even required, which I guess kind of circles back to Maris's point. Yeah, there is the amount of money required to do what. So that Mikey's a good point, which that just illustrates. Again, a lot of money was lost on that flash right there for those people that were then not in prop firms. See, Don, this is why I now I'm remembering why you were banned because you literally speak out of your backside. We don't want brain damage like you CTE baboons, and then we have it right here. Now, to be fair to you, Don, yes, American football does carry a higher risk, but soccer, I mean, people are definitely with CTE makes sense. Heading a ball that was just 40 yards up in the sky over and over and over again. So, I mean, yeah. Not now it's all coming back to me about why Don was probably banned way back when. Because he just completely speaks out of his backside at all times. That's not what you said. You said we don't want brain damage like you CTE baboons. As if you don't get CT damage playing soccer. And I just showed you do get CT. Yes, it's less, but you do get it. Your original comment acted as if soccer players don't get that. Now you've moved the goalpost. Well, it's more common. Well, that's not what you originally said. So now again, it's weird. You unban somebody, they show up and like they can't help themselves. They like it's just I guess it's just like a personality trait. Agreed, Don. That was not your original point. You are now shifting the goalpost. All right, Dean. I think Dean is just blocked for good. We'll give him 20. What do I want to do with Dean? Do I ban him or not? I think he's been here before. What do you think, Dean? Oh, he's laughing? All right, I'll just ban him then. See you later, Dean. I know you'll be back under another name. Dean is blocked. I'm not shift. No, you. By definition, you shifted. No, I'll concede you're just shifting to better clarify what you meant. But there is a shift. There's no doubt about it. There's a shift. But you're shifting. I'll be charitable. You're shifting so that you can better explain what you actually meant. Fair enough. Yes. So what you actually meant was hey, you American baboons, I'm going to go ahead and stick with the sport that is less likely to give me CTE brain damage. But if you baboons want to go do something that increases the odds of CTE, then you guys go be American baboons. That's what you're saying. Fair enough. Fair enough. But your original comment came across as though somehow playing soccer means you won't get CTE. But now I realize, thank you for clarifying, you did not mean that. But you did shift. So don't try to gaslight. Like, I'm not shifting. You are shifting, but in a good way. I hit the daily loss limit. My pro plus accounts on Wednesday. Accounts are still active but on hold. I'm not sure, Captain Crunch. I don't know. I don't even know if I've heard that as being an issue of on hold. Is anybody else that's on Pro Plus development? Can you guys read Captain Crunch's comment? Maybe help him out. But yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure, my friend. But Americans, we're kind of known to be cowboys and crazy, which goes back to think about who started this country. You kind of had to be a little crazy. You definitely had to have a cowboy attitude to choose to do something about your complaint when your complaint was getting into a big wooden box, sailing 3 months across the ocean to a land where you would have nothing, and then people were there wanting to kill you. Like, yeah, Americans got a little bit of an edge. Those are who founded this country. So through that light, it probably makes sense why we're like, yeah, that's all right. Higher chance of brain damage, well, let's go for it. Holy wool, did that? I wasn't totally paying attention. Cam, was that another one of those crazy wicks that got me over here? So you have to be a cowboy to become a cowboy. You have to be a... No. I must have had a flaw in my logic if that was the conclusion of it. I must have not explained something well, or I explained it well and it actually did not make sense. No, you have to do something to become a cowboy. But I mean, don't you agree, Fun Uncle? If you just sit back for a second and think about how crazy, and I say this as a compliment, how crazy those people were to have a complaint. I have a religious complaint, or I have a wealth complaint. Your system is like, I can't get land. I want to be a landowner, but I can't. So to have a complaint, and then when the solution is, okay, fine, get on that wooden ship. Go 3 months in that wooden box. That wooden box, 3 months, stormy seas, get to a land. You can have land. Go ahead, be a landowner. I mean, there's people that are going to want to kill you. You don't have anything there. Like, that is like just straight up. I agree, Don. That is something where I'm not sure. That'd be an interesting study because soccer is available to everybody, which is, I think, why, and I don't think this is a controversial statement. Soccer is such a popular worldwide sport because it's dirt cheap. You need a ball, and that's it. You could use a dumpster for a goal. You can use two. I mean, so for something that is so readily available, also in the United States, no matter of your social class, like in my mind, it makes sense why hockey is more of probably like a richer person's sport because hockey's not cheap to play, right? But yeah, soccer, I agree. I don't know why it's not a little bit more popular when it is available to everybody. Any new dividend positions you've started recently? No, not any new ones. Just adding the ones that I've already had. Organized. Yeah, I saw something about like clubs and travel soccer. So I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it. But just, I guess I'm more like just the popularity. Like everybody has, I don't know. Like, isn't that part of American culture? Like we have what we call the soccer mom, right? This, I can say soccer mom and that means anything, right? The soccer mom's got what? A van. Because she takes her kids. So we have, I don't even, is that a euphemism? I don't think that's a euphemism. I don't know what the, I'm not, okay, I'm out of my wheelhouse. I don't know what a euphemism is. But like we have these cliche sayings in America about a soccer mom, so it's clearly part of our culture. But why doesn't, I think what Don is saying, why doesn't part of that culture translate into more popularity at like professional? I don't know. That's a interesting question. I have no idea. Maybe just because football is more entertaining. We think basketball is more entertaining. Now, why do we think that? I don't know. It's an interesting case of sociology and psychology and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna suburban sport. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna put on my tinfoil speedo real quick. Let's talk conspiracy. Maybe it's this. Maybe because soccer is less easy to monetize. And it's less easy to monetize because of that running clock. So you can't jam pack it full of commercials. So because of that, big money in America just does everything to suppress it as a sport because they want football, so they can throw in a million commercials. They want baseball, great. 9 innings between each inning, commercials. Basketball, I mean, actually think about it. Think about football, and even this just dawned on me. So this is not as much a conspiracy. Like, quite literally in football, and if you've ever been to a football game or anything, what is a type of timeout they have? If you've been to a football game, what is a type of timeout? No. That would be how long is a timeout? I said what type of a timeout? Yeah, George. There is literally, and it's annoying when you're at a game. Like literally you're at a game. Yes, exactly, JJ. You're at a game and then all of a sudden everybody just stops and they're literally standing around. Oh, well, what's going on here is a TV timeout. There is quite literally a point in American football where like, all right, everybody stop, timeout, TV timeout. Let me translate that. Got to make some money. Advertisers, got to have some commercials here. So I don't know if they did that more in soccer. If like things would be going on and all of a sudden the refs just were like, TV timeout. I don't know. Would big money in America start to flow more into it? I don't know. Now, baseball, you don't have to do that because there's always built-in commercials between innings. Um, I suppose if a new pitcher is brought in, maybe sometimes they go to a TV timeout. But yeah, isn't that weird now that I think about it? Literally in football, they just will stop. Which is why I always wonder, like, do you actually need to be that good in condition to play football? I mean, as a football player, yeah. But like at that level, I swear there's like 400 timeouts every game. On top of the normal timeouts that each team gets. Oh, so okay, Don. I did hear that when I watched the game against Belgium. I was like, hydration breaks. When did a hydration break? So are hydration breaks newer? But Don, yeah, everything is about money. Because you know what money is? It's time. So yes, everything is about money because money is a measure of time. So yes, as it should be. Unless you just believe in wasting time. And I don't want to hear that. Oh, everything's about this in America. Yeah, until somebody invades you, and then guess who you're calling on the phone? The people you're constantly making fun of. Because we can, anyways. So, anyways, yes, it sounds like hydration breaks it is soccer's way of saying, hey, we got to make more money. We got to make more money. There it is. I bet there's going to be a secondary hydration break at some point. Money hungry football is meant to be for everyone, but it's not like that anymore. Well, I don't know. I don't know the risk structure, but is anybody taking on risk with FIFA? Like, is anybody putting up money? We're going to rent this stadium and it costs money to build this statement. It cost, like, who is anybody does FIFA take risks with their money? Like, whoever started FIFA, was there ever any risk? I would assume so. Because if there is risk, then those people are more than welcome to demand a reward for that risk. There's nothing wrong with that. I would assume way back when FIFA got started, it was some guys that are like, hey, do you want to try to start a sports league? Okay. Well, it's going to take some money. This sports league may not work out, but hey, let's put some money. Let's put some time. Let's put on a risk. Let's see if we can start this sports league, which might turn out to be our time may be better spent lighting this money on fire. I would assume FIFA started in some sort of forum like that. Some people got together, decided to try to start a league. They risked some money on that league. So on that note, hey, they are entitled to make as much reward as possible. NK, my friend, yeah, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole with you. After yesterday, I don't think you're here to listen, if I can be honest. I think you're here to lecture us all. And I'll just put it this way. I disagree with your lecturing when yesterday you're here telling us that in order to make money as a trader, you need to be a mathematician, economist, a financial guy. I think you named some other things. So, I mean, I think kind of your mind's made up. And I'm pretty sure no matter what I tell you, you're going to tell me that it's wrong because I'm not a mathematician or I'm not a, economist or stuff like that. So it doesn't matter. I guess that was my long way of saying, NK, it doesn't matter. That's why royalties didn't the guy who made, I don't know. All I know is that all sports started with a risk, a financial risk to try to start a league. Think about what's the XFL? Wasn't the XFL? Who remembers the XFL? Is that even a thing? Yeah. So here we go. So I think it wasn't that Vince McMahon. Somebody took on a financial risk to start a new league in football. The XFL no longer exists. Okay, I guess it still does kind of exist in a weird way. But anyways, leagues fail all the time. Right here, yeah, pretty much failed for the most part. But had it succeeded, those people, it should be all about the money. It started with money. Why? Those people are entitled to a reward. They're entitled to a return. Because you know what? We just presuppose, oh well, it was guaranteed to succeed from the get-go. That's not, no. Who knows how many sports leagues have failed? Who knows how many sports have you ever thought about that? Like how many sports? Like how many times did like a couple guys get around and be like, you know what? Let's have this shaped thing, like this square shaped thing. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna hit it off our foreheads back and forth. And then each forehead bump is gonna be like a quarter of a. Like, ever thought about that? Like, isn't that kind of weird? How, yes, we have sports that have caught on and that are part of culture, but like, how many things failed? Like, how many ideas did people have? They're like, that's the dumbest thing ever. It's probably pretty crazy. And then we just be like, that sport's all about, well, yeah, because somebody started off with risks and good sure of it. Right? A sport at some point was like a business idea. To an extent. Well, no, people just started to have fun. That is true. But at some point, somebody decided to take monetary risk to try to turn something that is fun into like a bigger league. And to that, I say they're more than welcome to the rewards. So if FIFA's all about the money, it should be all about the money. Somebody is getting a return on their investment. I mean, I don't think anybody's here to take risk with their trading. Like if somebody were to go to Don and be like, Don, you don't deserve that. Don, it's all about the money. You're trading, it's all about the money. I'd be right next to Don, be like, what do you back off, Don? Are you taking financial risks? Have you put in the time and effort that Don has to learn how to trade? Are you risking any money? Then shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Leave Don alone. If you are a trader, you're here. It's all about the money. But I want to feed hungry children in Africa. That's great. You're still all about the money. That's a different conversation. You're still all about the money because in order to feed hungry children in Africa, you need money. So you're here and you're all about the money. And that's okay. Never let somebody shame you. Oh, you're just a trader. You're all about the money. Then be like, okay, well then you go volunteer. Go ahead. Go to your job. Go to your job. Say, boss, I don't want to be paid this month. I don't want to be paid this month, boss. They're not going to do that. Right. Money, 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 because money represents time. So, yeah. If we can agree that time is the most valuable commodity, then it needs to all be about money, because money is the measurement of time. To take a break is illegal. Whoa, 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 whoa. Spice. Okay, I will try to remember, Don, that maybe your first comment is not going to always be the clearest. I think that maybe that was our disconnect, Don. I just need to realize you're not the best at explaining yourself first time around. Sometimes you need to clarify, which can come across as moving the goalpost, but again, to be charitable, you just mean, well, no, okay, maybe I'm not the best. I didn't mean it quite like that. So I'll just remember that about you. Your first comments, I won't take at face value. But I will say I do disagree that everything should be tied. Well, it should be. Well, I don't know. If we want to assume that time is the most valuable commodity in the world, then everything should be tied to money, because that's what money literally represents, is time. Like, money is just the thing we call an exchange of time, right? If I spend my time growing potatoes and you spend your time growing raspberries, okay? Now, okay, how are we going to exchange this time? Because we have different things. We have spent our time doing different things, but like, how can we help each other out? Okay, well, let's create this thing called money. So we'll exchange money, but that exchange of money represents the fact that you took time to grow potatoes and I took time to grow raspberries, but we both want raspberries and potatoes, right? That's how that facilitates. Yeah, there we go, Don. I'll remember that. I'll remember that to not take your comments at face value and maliciously, that maybe you didn't quite mean it the way it's coming across. And that's fair, Don. I'll do my best to remember that moving forward, Don. We have our health, relationships, and everything else is money. Right, yeah. All that is time, right? The healthier you are, the more time you have, right? Which again is why, like, that's the backbone of economics, right? There's no such thing as a free lunch, right? Because if somebody takes you to, so if I say, hey, Don, let me take you to lunch, and then I buy Don a $30 lunch, and we hang out for an hour, if Don were to be like, man, thanks, man, that was a free lunch, $30. No, I would argue Don probably lost money. Because as a trader, Don could have probably spent that exact same hour and made $300. So in all actuality, that that $30 free lunch actually cost Don $270, right? Because time. He could have spent that 1 hour of time doing something way more efficient than hanging out with me for an hour and having me buy him a $30 lunch. So quite literally, it is all time. That's what money is. That's why there is no such thing as a free lunch. How are you spending your time? Yeah, Cam, yep. Time is worth more than money. No, but time and money are basically the same thing, right? How do you get money? You have to spend your time. You have to use your time for that money, which is eventually why the goal is to be able to have money, like passive income, that is using somebody else's time to pay you. But yeah, okay, I guess 4 years, yeah, I agree. Time is worth more than money, but in many ways, they're the same thing. That's what money represents, is time. right? Which is why when you say, oh, well, I want to teach my kid the value of $1. Well, how do you teach your kid the value of $1? You go make them spend a lot of time, preferably doing hard work to get that dollar. And then they're like, crap. Before they go and spend that dollar, there's just, man, I had to shovel a driveway, which was miserable. And it took me an hour to shovel that driveway to get this piece of paper. Do I really want to spend this piece of paper on that gumball? When in order to get this piece of paper, I had to take an hour out of my day to shovel a driveway. You know, that's what that piece of paper represents, time. Are you still sitting there? No, this is an optical illusion. You're dreaming right now, Timur. You're dreaming. Like an 80-year-old billionaire, if they would, yeah. See, in that sense, I agree. But what I'm trying to get at is, what actually makes, a waste of time a waste? It's like, well, you could have been using that time for something else. What happened when I left? Your P&L was green, and now it's red. Well, I mean, I'm still overall green. I had some losing trades. It happens, brother. It happens. All right, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. So if you are enjoying, if you want to help support the stream, code Clay, all caps, with any of these prop firms I recommend Take Profit Trader. I think they're a great firm, but I do understand everybody's kind of at different locations. So any of these, if you want to help support the stream, keep it ad-free, then code Clay. Again, that is case sensitive. So all caps within these prop firms is how you can make that happen. So whatever promotions, whatever deals any of these prop firms are running, code Clay will give that for you. So Take Profit right now is 40% off and then zero activation fee. And, like I said, whatever the deals are at any of these prop firms, code Clay will get that for you. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good. I'm glad this week is over. This week has been rough. Today wasn't a train wreck. Yesterday was bad, but I don't know. I'm glad this week is behind me. Hopefully you guys and gals and furries, you all had a better week. But overall, it's fine. It's fine. It's power of prop firms. It feels really bad, but then you look at the numbers, you're like, oh man, yeah, okay. So for some reason, I kind of want to force another trade. I think I want to get that red back to green on that one on my micros, but I was like, that's the stupidest thing ever. It's green, so who cares? It is what it is. Anyways, I'm out of here. Thank you, everybody, for being here on your way out. If you could hit that like button, that would be great. And I will be back Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, so make sure you subscribe. If you're not yet a subscriber, turn on that notification bell, and I'll see everybody back next week. So take care, everybody.